Okay, check 1, 2. I wasn't expecting it to go on. I hadn't set up. I pressed start stream. I pressed that myself, but I was just like diddling around. Not ready to start. Hi, you're with Scott. I'm Ganja Kid. I'm the super chuff for this. My B-side channel, battery exhausted. Doing a stream about this Nicola Bulley CCTV thing. So I need to quickly just grab the YouTube, your channel, live, this, and then copy
Get
that.
winter car
Close that, shut up. It's me, you shut up. Right, tweet that. Maybe some people will turn up, maybe they won't. I really don't expect a lot of people to do this. It's like 3 in the morning, but I'm watching this Nicola Bulley CCTV and I've got some thoughts that are popping off in the old noggin. So I've got to share them live while they're popping off in the noggin. Probably going to do this whole episode about, you know, Nicola Bulley and the update tomorrow. This is what I do all night. So we've got relaxing Genshin Impact music in the background. Hopefully it'll pipe up because Genshin Impact is running in the background. We've got Grizzly True Crime, and I've got some things to say, man. I've got some issues of What Car magazine. I started the stream without a drink. So I'm going to press play on here and then rush to grab my drink, and then I'm going to react to what she says, all right?
Okay, I see a lot of people asking, well, what's the point of the CCTV footage? Well, if you're not sure what the point is, I'm glad, because then you've missed all the horrendous theories that are out there. And the point is to show that, well, yes, Paul was there by the car. Yes, that is Nicola. Although I know that there's still going to be people saying that's not Nicola. But people are literally, the theory is that Paul wasn't there at the car that day, that it's Emma. There's a whole conspiracy theory that is built, and it's really gaining momentum as well, you know. So I'm hoping that showing the CCTV footage, that it's better to see it on video than those stills that were super like cropped and shared on the media, you know, with mainstream media, because then the more it's shared and you know, those little pictures, eventually the quality breaks down so much as well. And so it starts being said that it's photoshopped and all kinds of stuff. So that's the point of it. Okay. So now let's find out what a spot.
Okay, so anyway, so this is what she's talking about, is this CCTV. I don't know how she's got hold of it, but in her recent uploads, she starts off with this. Wait, I'm not laughing. I am laughing. This is fucking ridiculous. Look at this. This is Grizzly True Crime. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, like some weird thing you've done on your phone, but you've done this on a computer because it's widescreen and the effect goes all the way around the edge, but you've chosen to crop the image in with the black bars. Don't know why you've done that. Shows real bad media quality. Like, who's done this? It's like something a child would do on their phone. Mummy, look, I've done a thing for you on my phone. Like, what's going on here? Healthy. Don't know what What do you know of Nicola? Do you know about her political persuasions? Do you know about her opinions? Do you know what she thought of people? Do you know whether she was nice or not? Has she ever been kind to you or mean to you? No, I don't know anything about her. She's a person in this case, in this Nicola Bulley case. She's the victim. The victim in the Nicola Bulley case. So I don't know anything about her, though, not personally. I don't know how healthy she was. I didn't give her a checkup. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Why have you edited this weirdness together at the start of your video? Playful. Playful. Look, there's the dog. Playful. Like, this is an abomination. It's a 2.5 minute intro that doesn't need to, like, 1.5 minutes of that shit doesn't need to be on there. You've got no business doing that. That's not, like, what the fuck are you doing? I think what it's there to do is to kind of like legitimize you as like, you know, I've got a heart here. I care about Nicola here. You know, it's so touching your touching symbolic video that you made for her is so touching. What the fuck is going on? For a start, I think that's a waving flag for me of like, what the fuck is... I've never watched Grizzly True Crime before. I think I skimmed into one of her videos before because someone suggested something about Nicola Bulley in the past. I can't remember. This is my first real impression of it, and it's a bad first impression. I'm like, what the fuck is this? There she is, boom. Right, that was... Enjoy your intro. We're here now. Boom. Grizzly True Crime. I used to be Bear Friday Body Language. That was me. Bear Friday. This is Grizzly True Crime. And she just said this fucking nonsense here about this thing, didn't she? About loads of adverts on her channel. Loads of adverts on her channel. So it's annoyed me already, right? So I've showed you the nonsense that she said. What she said was, this CCTV, you know, it's important that people get to see it because we're only getting to see a sort of cropped image and it's getting reprinted and every time someone puts it through the re-uploader, it loses compression. And she didn't say that, she just said it was getting more blurry, but I don't think it is. So apparently, I don't know how she's got her hands on this. Hello Snips, hello Snippies, how are you doing? This is just, I've got to get these reactions off my chest at like whatever, 2, 3 in the morning. So this is just going to have to happen the way this is happening. So it's on the B side and I'm just dropping this one as a little secret one. So the true crime person, right, has got hold of this piece of CCTV. I don't know how. I don't know how she's done that, right? I've got no idea how she's done that. How she's got hold of this CCTV, I don't know. She doesn't say in her video. People maybe prove me wrong. I didn't watch it all, but she didn't say. As far as I watched, she didn't say. So I don't know how she's got hold of this. It's been blurred out. This someone's been over it and blurred out this section with the registration plate. And they blurred out these numbers on the bins. So, and if I lean back underneath where I am, which I probably should move me for this actually, I'll just move me in a really easy way, like just like that. Look, I've gone now. I've gone over here. Look, anyway, underneath me is the time and the date stamp, which when you let it play, you can just see that there. The time and the date stamp now you're looking at, okay? So underneath me was that. Like, that's irrelevant, right? If you want to... Oh, you missed us live. We needed a mod actually. Steve got trolled. Anyway, that's beside. Let me finish my initial reactions to this, and then I'll tell you about that. Because this is on my mind, and this is why I'm doing this live, is to get these out of my brain because people are going to want to know. I won't have the same live reaction tomorrow, but underneath me there, right? I can do you a video now, right, of that with the next day with the same date on it, and the next day with the same date on it, and the next day with the same date on it, if I own all those footages, because this bottom part of the video doesn't change. That's very standard and stayed, like the same kind of lighting. You can cut and just like move the video up, like, you know, like, you see, it's just so easy to do, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could do, like the way I've just moved my camera now, yeah, just moving it up and down, I could just cut off the bottom of my camera here where it says Rage Against the Machine, just cut off that and then put on a new one with this part on, and as long as I don't move, that part's the same, it connects up, and the floor doesn't move. So none of that is in shot there at the bottom. Unless someone comes across it or moves, or the lighting moves, you couldn't really tell. That could actually be doctored, and it actually gets darker in the corner to make it easier for you to doctor it. So the fact that, like, what's annoying me, like, it's absolutely annoying me, is someone's been on and doctored this image. Like, we're getting to see the actual CCTV, no we're not. We're getting to see CCTV that someone, like that woman said, Grizzly Crime, has processed and then changed the image, and, like, you know, now we can't, and who's done that? Like, what's going on here in the middle, right? I don't know if you can see right in the middle. You can't actually see my mouse pointer. There's my mouse pointer. Right in the middle there's some, like, I was like, what is this on the floor? This is weird. And I got a good look at it. And what it is, it's one of those tiny little watermarks. She's written Grizzly True Crime on it. Like, what are you doing? You've doctored it. You've messed with it. This is not the raw footage. This is Grizzly True Crime has messed with it. So what I've done is I've ripped that in her video, right, which we're just having to wait for these adverts before we can watch the rest of it. Fuck you. In her video, right, I wanted to, you know, this thing that she said, right.
Let me just do it like this quickly. Is at this point of the CCTV footage. Well, if you're not sure what the point is, I'm glad, because then you've missed all the horrendous theories that are out there. And the point is to show that, well, yes, Paul was there by the car. Yes,
there are no
theories. Although I know.
Yes, that is Nicola, she says, right? These horrendous theories that are going around. There are no theories going around that Paul wasn't there at the car. No one's saying that. No one suggested that. That's not part of the horrendous conspiracy theories. It's not even horrendous. If you said Paul didn't go out to the car that morning. Didn't Paul go out to the car that morning? Horrendous. It's not even part of a horrendous narrative. It's nothing. You've made that up. You've put that in there. No one's saying it. You've put it in there. Like, what? Why did you say that? You've made up some horrendous conspiracy narratives that you are now going to tell us are going on. Like, you know, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'll tell you something else I really don't like. She's wearing these Sony headphones, which I was looking at on the internet. You know my classics. Snips, you know about this. These are my classics, aren't they? These are dirty and defunct now. but I had the original white headphone, Custom One Pro, better dynamic, very individual. No one else is wearing them. No one else ever will because they don't make them anymore. But I've got to find myself a new headphone. I was looking at those Sonys. Now seeing her in them, I'm getting cross. Look, so she's saying that Paul wasn't there and there's these horrible conspiracy theories. It's nuts. What's she saying that for?
To show that, well, yes, Paul was there by the car. Yes, that is Nicola.
So we're proving now, she is proving, because she's the one that's uploaded this video. And what annoys me to God in heaven about this, right? She does the weird intro. We've got to go sit through that. We've got to sit through that. Then we've got a quick timeline recap. No one wants to sit through the quick timeline recap. It's not even the real timeline, is it? Some of it's like BS. A witness sees her on the upper field walking the dog. It's corroborated by police. But wasn't that changed later? I don't know. Some of this is BS. Some of this is the narrative and all that, isn't it? Some of it. I don't want the timeline. If you're doing me the video and you're showing me the video of this CCTV, what you've done is you've spent like 6.5 minutes of your show wasting our time. I suppose you want people to turn up and watch it, and you want people to all be there for the main bit, the CCTV bit, and then you filled 50 minutes with talking. I get it. I make internet shows. But what's annoyed me about it, right? Lots of things have annoyed
it.
So
footage.
This is the footage she shows us. Look, this is her showing us.
I'm gonna make it full screen. Take myself off screen.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see at the bottom is the date and the time as well.
Got that, yeah.
Okay, 27/01/2023, 8:26:10 GMT.
Come on then.
All right.
Hello, King Charles. She closed the boot. She goes and gets in the car. She gets, okay, and then that's it. Like, that's it. And it cuts to this weird shot of this, like, still frame. So someone's given her a video with still frames on it as part of the video. Why that? Who's done that? Why are these funny still frames part of this? She's playing a video on her computer, and these images like that are part of that video, and now it repeats. And I'm like, this is weird the way you've edited it and formatted it for us to watch it. Like, you've reeled it twice there, and then it cuts to this zoom in with the... Why, who did that? Who's doing this? Why are all these things blocked out? Like, this thing here is blocked out. Who's doing this edit? What's going on? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is my reaction. My reaction is not so much, isn't it interesting what's the content of the CCTV, which we'll get into, but the way it's all been doctored and messed around with.
I will play it again for you.
You will play it again for us.
Play it all the way through, at least one time first, so that you can
but that's not all of it.
There.
But that's not all of it, is it? That's not all of it. That was just like a little tiny clip of the person getting in the car with the back to us. It wasn't her coming out the house and Paul coming out the house and, you know, start it from the car is empty. We don't want to see the kids' faces. I get that. But start it from the car is empty. They come out to the car. They put the kids in the car. The dog gets it. Why are you starting it from here? This is fucking ridiculous. Those headphones are going to give Phil another ear infection. I have got a passion for a lovely pair of closed back headphones, but they need to have real good. This is not the time for this story.
And of course, I've had to blur out the numbers on the bins and the car registration numbers for obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons? Why? Why have you had to do that? If someone sent me the CCTV of Nicola Bulley's thing, yeah, why am I obliged to blur out the fucking license plate? They drive around in the damn car. Everyone can see it. Do you know what I mean? Why am I obliged to blur out the bins? I'm not. The whole point in this true crime stuff, I'm not a true crime channel. I'm just a dilettante that flies in and flies out and does what I like and chuff up. But why on earth is Grizzly True Crime sacrificing her own reputation on the internet for this? Like, you have to blur out the information, do you, Grizzly True Crime? Why? Who are you beholden to and why? And you put you put that little watermark in there. Your ego, you're looking at this and you're thinking, I'm going to put this on the internet. And you start messing with it on the. I assume you use Final Cut Pro or Adobe. What do they use? You could be using Sony Vegas or something like that. You know, anyway, you've got that on your editing software and you start fucking with it. And you think, you know what, I better put my name on it, because if anyone else takes it and uploads it on a different channel, like somebody has done, with just the clip. Just the clip, so that when I talk about it on the show tomorrow, I can just rewind and play the clip. Just the clip. I don't want all your bullshit. Just wanted the clip. Now it's got Grizzly True Crime on it. Now you can come after that channel for copyright if you knew which one it was, you chuffer. I hope you don't, because I don't care. I'll just, you know, it's a burner channel. Like, you might as well just leave it up. It's advertising your channel. The thing is, right, you put that watermark on because your ego, and I tell you what, it pricked something in me. I've got to get this one out as well now. I've got to get, while I'm agitated, right? There's a channel called Armchair Detective, something to do with the Armchair. I'm the main one, Armchair Detective, the real one. They just changed it to Armchair Detective Blue recently. It was called Armchair Detective, the real one, or something recently. Anyway, they're not my favourites. I'll tell you for why. They're not my favourites. This is something that I find to be absolutely just downright scum of the earth stuff. Look, he wants support on Patreon. Now, I might be guilty of this. No, I'm not guilty of this. This really annoyed me. Right, where is it? Look, I can't even find it. Jesus, Armchair Detective, what's going on? Have I got the wrong channel? Because there are other channels, aren't there? You see, I might have the wrong channel. Paul Ansel. Have I got the wrong channel? Let me find it this way. Armchair Detective, Paul Ansel interview. Right, this will do your head. Here it is, Armchair Detective, the real one. No wonder he has to put the real one. There's someone else out there with the same name, because it's a fucking common phrase, you arse. Right, Armchair Detective, the real one. This got right on my tits. You'll see why. If I scroll down, I'm still getting agitated about it now. Full interview, Paul Ansel. 12,000 views, they're monetized, right? So they're taking the money from that. This was actually originally... It's monetized, look, see, it's got this on it. It was originally an advert. It was originally a program on Channel 5, this was on Channel 5. And somebody had to get it off Channel 5, me, right? Somebody had to edit it so that you didn't have all the Channel 5 bits in the middle. You just had Paul Ansel, me. And then somebody put it up on a YouTube channel called Send Trees in its entirety, right? YouTube Send Trees. Someone put it up on the YouTube channel in its entirety, yeah? On Send Trees. Paul Ansel Channel 5 interview. Then what's happened is this fucker, Armchair Detective, the real one, this fucker has gone on this channel Send Trees, downloaded that, screen recorded that, and then just uploaded it on his channel as if, like, he's done a job there. Like, what the fuck are you doing? If you want people to watch it, tell them where it is. I did all the effort of downloading it and editing it and then putting it up there. I don't own it. I didn't monetize it. It's Channel 5. They own it. But what the fuck are you doing? So I can't go after him for copyright, but I can go after him for being a cock. Because that's a cock move. That's a dick move. Like, why did you download my video and upload it to your channel? Oh, you can't guarantee that's who's done that. Can't be sure that that's happened, has it? How can you be sure? Right? You must know that this annoys me, yeah? Like, you can see why, because, like I said, somebody had to download it and edit it and do it. It says at the top there, you can just see in the blue and white on the top bar, can't you? In the blue and white on the top bar. Can you see that? That's my background on my stream when, like, I've got my background on for this. So you can see my background on my stream, yeah? Can you see that? And then if I turn on this chuffer again, where have you gone now? There, you can see my background still there at the top. Can you see that? Thanks, Armchair Detective, the real one. You're a real one, aren't you? You're a real one for downloading that video from someone else's channel and then uploading it to yours in its entirety as is, with no, like, thanks very much for Send Trees for doing this job for me. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. Like, Armchair Detective. So this is a review of Armchair Detective and these channels now. Armchair Detective, arsehole, will just take what he wants from anywhere. I've been through this before on the internet. I mean, it's a bit like that. It's a bit of a Wild West. But do you know what I mean? Like, so I'm supposed to be looking for verification and trusting what you say, and you just rip something off someone else's channel and upload it. There's your credibility. I'll just rip that off someone else's channel and upload it. It's probably bang on. Like, it looks good to me. Put it up there. I don't like you for what you've done. It felt annoying to me to have to be like, why have you done that? So there's you, Armchair Detective. It's the same here, though, with this shit. Look, she's so desperate on Grizzly Troop. Now, the thing is, I'm doing that, what I'm saying there, as a bit of a counterpoint, because I should be really angry at Channel 5 having their copyright ripped off. I did the copyright rip off of Channel 5, not me, whoever uploaded it to Send Trees. They did the copyright rip off. So I'm not angry. Like, I should have got money for it or anything. Like that true crimer is just lazy. That's what annoyed me. I did the hard work, they did the lazy. But really, it's Channel 5 own it, yeah? So what's annoyed me about this is, why has Grizzly True Crime put her copyright on there? Put her little watermark on there? What is it to her that she's got to have her name on it? How's she getting this video? Why is it her name on it? Like, it's not yours, is it? It's the fucking Nicola Bulley CCTV from their Ring doorbell. Their Ring doorbell doesn't have Grizzly True Crime written on it, does it, you fucking arse? Yeah, shameless, isn't it? Hello, Life Shack. I mean, I'm playing it up a bit here, but you know, in honesty, it is just a bit low on the old, you know, on the YouTube front, media production front. Doesn't matter what the content is. To see someone else's video and just upload it as your own, that's fucking crap, right? And then, so what I've done here is and what's also crap, in my opinion, is what this woman's done, which is to get on your hands on like 10 seconds of footage to preach here about how it's important that it's not been messed with so that we can prove Paul's innocence.
Just to show that, well, yes, Paul was there by the car. Yes.
Yeah, it proves that Paul was there. We're not saying he wasn't. Who's saying he wasn't, you straw manner?
That is Nicola.
That is Nicola. Why? No, hang on. Wait. Let's have a quick look at this. Let's just see if she's right. So it slams the boot. You can see the editing actually goes over her head here. Pressing buttons in the fuck. Come on, you fucking YouTube dickhead. So the editing here actually covers up her head. You've edited over her head. There. Done your best, have you? Well done. Protect their identity by protecting their registration plate. We're trying to find out who the fucking person is, and that's Paul apparently. So, like, you said it was Paul, so why are you protecting his identity? You should have blurred his face, maybe. Anyway, yeah, so then she marches over in a funny sort of march, which we will look at in just a second. She gets in the car, and then that's it. So how can you prove that's Nicola from that? You're looking at exactly the same pictures as we've been looking at before. It's just that before, we've been looking at them a little more zoomed in, so we get a better look at her. But it's the same images. The wider context here is all this other stuff is nonsense and crap that doesn't need to be in frame, that doesn't inform anything. And the only extra thing that informs in frame here is the fact that underneath my face, if I move myself again, God, I'm a bit shambolic. It's 4 in the morning and my neighbours are going to be killing me for shouting in my front room. Where's my camera? Yeah, under here, the only thing that's important is this bit that's underneath me where the date and time, actually I've moved my frame as well, didn't I? Sorry about this. Firefox, let's have Firefox up. The only thing that's important is underneath me where the GMT bit is. And as we can see from the width of this frame, that makes that incredibly easy to just cut off a different date and just paste on top. And they'll all line up and match up because the camera never moves, the lighting doesn't change. Tomorrow's, yesterday's, it all fine. You can fake that piece of piss. Right? And the fact is that you're on your damn computer messing with the image, putting the watermark on, blurring things out. So how do I know you haven't faked it? How do I know she hasn't sent you 2 different copies and said, can you please chop off the bottom of this one and put it on top of that one? I mean, I don't think that she has faked it. I don't think Grizzly True Crime has done anything devious here. I just think she's done something so fucking stupid as to undermine her own credibility, because you've ruined the image. Whatever we gain from this, if someone was, you know, if we saw fucking Elvis Presley murdering Jimmy Savile's, no, sorry, Jimmy Savile's dead and Elvis Presley's also dead, isn't it? If we saw Gary Glitter diddling a kid in the background, we wouldn't be able to use it as proper evidence because you've been doctoring it on your computer. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just seems like you've done a stupid thing here to me. You've undermined your own credibility. The image that you're presenting us has definitely been manipulated by you, by you for presentation to us. And it doesn't prove that that's Nicola. That doesn't prove it. It's the same image, same thing, but just slightly more doctored. We get to see the gate of this walker. So I'm going to play this really slowly. Settings, playback speed, 0.25. We're going to see that in just a second. But let's quickly come back, because I'm slating this woman. First time I've ever heard her. First time I've ever heard her speak on this. First time I've ever looked into it. I've tried to stay away from all the other true crimers, because, to be honest, like, I haven't got time for it all. I've got my opinions. I'm looking at the things I'm seeing. I'm reacting to them. But, you know, this whole wider world of, like... people have accused some people of being ghouls, of like making money off the Nicola Bulley case. This whole true crime world is a bit like that sometimes, isn't it? And like this whole, there's just something a bit creepy about it in a way for me. I'm not pointing any big fingers in any directions. I'm just saying, like, this woman has not stopped banging on about this thing. She's got hold of the damn video. How's she got that? And then she's telling us.
A lot of people ask, if you're not sure what the point is, I'm glad, because then you've missed all the horrendous theories that are out there. And the point is to show that, well, yes, Paul was there by the car. Yes, that is Nicola. Although I know that there's still going to be people saying that's not Nicola. But people are literally, the theory is that Paul wasn't there at the car that day.
That's the theory, is that Paul wasn't there at the car? No, it's not. No one said that.
That it's Emma. There's a whole conspiracy theory that is built, and it's really gaining momentum as well.
There's a whole conspiracy theory. No, there's not. There's lots of different people with lots. This is like the detractor stuff. There's lots of different people. King Giles says all about YouTubers has been calling out Armchair since even before the Chris Watts case. Wow, I think this is my first introduction to him when I searched for a video the other day about the reason I brought it up was because in context it sits in with this thing about people in the true crime world just getting hold of content, putting it on the thing as if it's theirs. I've been doing the same a little bit. You know, I've got those interviews and I use them, but what I did was I used them for content. So I used them as a platform. Like I did my analysis on the body language. I kept stopping and talking about it. You know, it's fair use. That's what we do. I add something. I bring something to the table. I bring value. From what I can see from this woman, she reads the news out for you. And I somehow has got like little tidbits here and there like this. What we really need to see in this video, and what she doesn't explain to us, because I'm not watching the full 50 minutes while she goes on and talks about this other woman. I'm not watching that. But what she doesn't explain to us is how she got the footage and where she got it from. Because that's quite important. The validity of this footage. And where's the rest of it? Why is it such a small clip? And you claim that it proves that Nicola, that's Nicola, Paul's innocent. Like you've made your mind up then. True crime analysis. You know, we're not allowed to have our crazy conspiracy theories, but you've completely decided for us what we should believe already. And if you don't believe what she's saying it is, then you're fucking wrong, aren't you? You're a crazy conspiracy theorist. Like, God help us. I'm glad that on our channel, I entertain everyone's opinions in chat, even if they're fucking nutters, like we had one today. But, like, it's fine because we're all got different ideas. That's what I'm seeing when we're discussing it. Sometimes people don't agree with me. One of the notable peers of mine that, I say peer, somebody that I recently met through the online space in the Twitter spaces, who ran the Twitter spaces, the Madly Armed McCann case tweets lady. She seems very clued up, in my opinion, and she didn't think what I thought. She thought something different. So we're okay with that. That's fine. We don't all think this same weird conspiracy theory, not the one she's pretending to put in our mouths. So you've got this fucked up. Your video should have been, I've got this really good footage. Here is the raw footage. Here is everything we can take from it. I've seen this. I've got that. What do you think about this? Have we got ideas about this? Could this be evidence for this? Not, here is a video. Watch it. Watch it again. I'll say nothing. Yeah, nothing about that. And then afterwards, yeah, it proves it though, doesn't it? Proves it, so fuck you. Like, what? Like, this is the worst. It's like, what it feels like to me as well, right? What it really feels like to me, and this is my instinctive reaction, but what it feels like to me is recently a lot of people have been asking me to watch this video about Nicola Bulley, and they were asking Mind Juice. I had a little look. Nicola Bulley Mind Juice. Now again, this is a true crime channel, right? I don't know anything about them. The first time I've ever watched it is Nicola Bulley Mind Juice. People told me to come and watch the latest video, which would have been, which one is it? It was like a letter, Dear Nicola. It was this one 2 days ago, Dear Nicola. So in this video, this person called Mind Juice, who I don't know who they are. Like, I'm not saying everyone needs to reveal their identity on the internet, but we're talking about true crime channels and stuff. Some of them have more validity than others because some of them like have professional qualifications. Some of them don't. Mind Juice, I don't know anything about. I'm just going to say that because I don't see anything about them. I'm not asking them to come and give me their CV at the start of every episode. I'm just saying for me, it's an anonymous face here. And what they present here is like a rambling, conversational way of explaining same sort of stuff that I've been banging on about. And they, right, this thing annoys me because in this, they kind of try to claim ownership of this idea. Like they were the first one to say this, or they were the first one to see this. They don't do it a lot. I'm not giving a Mind Juice a big kicking here, but it's done in the true crime areas, isn't it? It's done in the true crime thing. That's why this CCTV's got this person's name on it. Everyone has to have their own ego stamp on it. It's my thing. I discovered this. I do this. Yeah, exactly. Live Shack, you know what I'm talking about. What Mind Juice has done is if they haven't watched my video, fair play. But they say the word thus an awful fucking lot. If you watch that hour and 40 minutes, they say the word thus an awful lot. More than anyone else I've ever heard on the internet. And it's all over my damn channel. Subconscious little towel. Like, I'm telling you, I believe they've watched the video. Because, of course, they're watching everything Nicola Bulley related. They're on that tip. And here's me doing hours of psychological analysis. I'm sure they would have liked a little look. And lo and behold, some of the ideas match. So I don't mind if they just present the ideas as if they're their own. It kind of pisses me off. I think it's a low baller, but you know, what can I do? I say my ideas in the world. I can't claim I'm the big, because I'm telling people that this is a bit of a stupid thing to do. I'm going to put my watermark on my idea and you can't have my idea. Like we can all, but it's a bit cheeky, isn't it? To be like, I'm the big clever one and I've thought of this. And I checked, when they said it, they said that in this, they give a date. They're like, on February the 16th, I made this video and I said this and I said that. And I went back and I checked my videos and I was like, oh, right, you mean like a couple of days after mine? Like, you know, literally like a week after, like, hello. So I was the one that spotted some of these things first. Like, we know it, you know it, I know it. I don't care. It just is. I didn't care until people out somewhere else was saying that they spotted it first. And I was like, hang on, did you? Maybe they just didn't see my video. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, right? Anyway, in this video by Mind Juice, what they assert is that Nicola is not on all of these pictures, that she's on some of them and that they're mixed in. Now, I don't agree with that. I never agreed with that. I never said that. They took everything I said and they like had a different spin on this bit. So fair enough. Maybe they're not saying what I'm saying, but there's this, it's weird to me. It just, like, you've got to accept it, haven't you? Like, if I've been doing hours and hours of videos about this thing, I've been on this and talking about it, coming up with ideas, having organic discussions with you in chat, you know, because you've been there, Live Shack, you know, and then saying things as they come up in my brain, and no research, no like other people information. Then I go and watch some of these people and it's like, at least give me some credit if you've watched the video. At least that medium, at least the psychic actually credited me, didn't she? Even though she didn't know who I was, didn't say my name or give me a credit. Jesus, this seemed like a bit close to the bone to me. But the difference was, and it's all right if I'm agitated. I'm not angry. Like I'm saying, you can't claim ownership of these things. It's silly to be egotistical about them. So I myself am going to take that agitation that I feel and then say it to you now and then let it go. It's fine. Just let it go. It's fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't say I don't feel it. Like when I'm like, oh really? Interesting thoughts. Like, I can't say I don't think it. Like, copying my homework. Thanks for copying my homework. But it doesn't, like, it's still my homework, isn't it? I don't care. Yeah, my answers are still good ones. Like, come for the ride if you want. It's nice to know people are watching. But because they cited this thing with the ring that we talked about on the video as well. I said about the shuffling hands and I didn't clock the ring itself, so that's interesting and different. So I'll give them that as well. The ring I will give them. You know, we talked about it in a Twitter. People on Twitter brought this ring thing to my attention. There's a particular person on Twitter who some truth thing. I can't remember everyone's name. I'm sorry, but I don't follow them because some of the things they say I don't necessarily agree with either. Like some of this psyop stuff. Anyway, they were saying about this ring thing, and I remember saying, to me, it's a nothing. I can't really make it out. It might be a thing on the car, a badge on the car. And they were like, no, it's not. And then lo and behold, later on, no, it's not. So I agree with that now. Like, that's how we roll, yeah? But what they're saying is that in these two pictures, you can't see it in the one and the other and what have you. That's this Mind Juice, right? Okay, let me get onto this. Mind Juice has basically said the legs are the same. They've moved the pictures together, like making these inferences between two pictures and saying that one picture and the other picture are different and they've come from different days with the Nicola CCTV. That they also said this one leg was fat. They're a bit confused about the leg and the positioning and stuff. We'll get to that a little bit in a bit. But in fact, I'll just say it now. I just think the way someone slightly bends their leg, the way the camera adds volume on angles, I don't know if this is good enough to take that, move it next to the other leg and say they're different legs. I would have said that before. Now I can prove it, that they're all from the same sequence. The idea is this person, Mind Juice, drops a video, it gets 50,000 views. In the video, they assert these images are from 2 different sequences. One is really Nicola, and then someone faked it on a different day, and then they've got 2 sets of pictures and mixed them together and given them to you. That's the idea that Mind Juice has come up with. It's bullshit, Mind Juice. It's a bit too far. Like, I knew it. I didn't review your video because I don't care, but like, now I've been forced to bring this into the light because we're talking about this whole thing, and I've brought into the light my feelings and everything. I thought it was a bit ludicrous. I think the comparison of the legs is silly. I think you're not onto something here. I think it was silly. But it's almost as if, isn't it, right, that's what Emma and their chuffers and those people think. And so rather than let you have your 50,000 views and everyone enjoy your Mind Juice video, and they can say, no, we can prove that's not right. It's almost like someone's watched Mind Juice and said, no, we can prove this is all one sequence. Here's the video. Here's the video.
Okay.
When I press it.
27/01/2023, 8:26.
It will start in a minute.
10 GMT.
In a minute. All right, forget your channel. I'll use this one. Send trees. Look, this is the video. It's all one sequence. It's actually edited there. Bang, jump. Was that just the way I recorded it, maybe? Was that the real way you've shown me? Because these are now problems. No, it jumped. It jumped on yours as well. So it's edited there. So it could be 2 sequences. Mind Juice, I take it back. That could be 2 sequences edited together. Unbelievable as it sounds. It could be. I don't know what Grizzly's done on their editing software. I don't know why it jumps. But the reason it's been released, the reason it's been released is to try and prove to everyone else that... I just like winding people up, Snips. You know, I like winding people up and Live Shack. I know that, because deep down, honestly, now people are gonna go, oh, you getting your egg on because you think you're the big one and they stole your video and it's not even your video. I know. I ripped it from Channel 5. It's just I did the work of ripping it and editing it and putting it up there. I know. You know, I know. I did the hours and hours of analysis. It's just nice to have a little nod, but I don't really care. So I'm actually pulling their tails and just, giving them a bit of aggy. Do you know what I mean? People get a bit eggy on the internet and they think that, I get, sometimes they don't see... If you were my mate and I was ripping you about something, you'd understand this a bit more. But I'm not actually... I don't really... this isn't an important crusade for me. I'm just saying stuff on the internet to have a bit of a laugh. So I'm making it so that if they watch it, and I'm sure now I've spoiled the joke for them, but if they watch it, they're going to get eggy, aren't they? Oh, he said this about me. Oh, he said that. Oh, to me, I think that's funny. So, yeah, so don't worry about it. Let them carry on. Let them carry on. And now I realise, because I watch another true crimer, I'll quickly say this. I watch True Crime Rocket Science. Rocket Science. And they start their videos, right, with this thing where they say they're the most authentic voice in true crime. Maybe they'll say it if I just do one of their videos. What's happening? It's like some time is ticking. Okay, there's this Channel 5 video. See, I uploaded it so people could use it and watch it, but it was also available on Channel 5 on the internet, so I can't really be cross. But no, he's not saying it on this video. But True Crime Rocket Science, right, I think is a really good channel. I think they do really good work. That was the basis of the... You know, we did the John Benet Ramsey episode. I watched all of their stuff on John Benet Ramsey. Really, deep diving on it. Really do good jobs. Good jobs on their videos and stuff. I think they're good. And they're in this ballpark of this true crime thing. So now they're in the same ballpark as this woman and these other chuffers, right? Where's the woman? Give me the woman. Now they're in the ballpark with this woman and these other people, right? They're like their competition. So what True Crime Rocket Science says at the start of every episode is the most authentic voice in true crime. And I always thought to myself, what do you mean the most authentic voice? Have you murdered someone? But what I realise what he's trying to say now is it gets on his egg that there's lots of inauthentic voices. And the reason I like him is because he is an authentic voice on true crime. So I think he's good. But there's a lot of inauthentic, so I'm balancing it out by giving them shit when they steal videos, whack them up on their channels, talk a load of shit, like this woman, literally talked a load of shit about, you know, we can prove it and we can prove this and prove that and the videos can't be doctored and shouldn't be messed with, and then you've edited it all yourself. Like, did you chop something out? Where's the rest of it? Where's the start? Where's the end? Why have you covered up? I know for the bins and the license plates why you've done it, but why would you do it when you want to prove it's the raw video? I'm repeating myself.
Show you a video as well in a moment. I'll show you the CCTV footage again.
Where is this bit where you say this thing? It was at 20 minutes. Because I repeat myself. I'll have her repeating herself as well. What the fuck, you know?
Much. Also, you guys, I see there's a lot of people asking. Let me just do it like this quickly. Is it this one? No, it wasn't that one. This one. Okay, I see a lot of people asking, well, what's the point of the CCTV footage? Well, if you're not sure what the point is, I'm glad, because then you've missed all the horrendous theories that are out there. And the point is to show that, well, yes, Paul was there by the car. Yes, that is Nicola. Although I know that there's still going to be people saying that's not Nicola. But people are literally, the theory is that Paul wasn't there at the car that day, that it's Emma. There's a whole conspiracy theory that is built.
Conspiracy theory now, not potential lead, option, conspiracy theory. Like labeling shit now.
It's really gaining momentum as well, you know.
You're the boss. She's the boss of your ideas. She can decide what's a conspiracy theory and what's not.
So I'm hoping...
And like she can poo-poo shit off as conspiracy theories. Like, you know, like lizards ruling the world and like, you know, and all this business. Oh, it's all rubbish. Oh, you silly nutters on YouTube.
That showing the CCTV footage, that it's better to see it on video than those stills that were super like cropped and shared.
So it's better to see it on the video where it's a wider angle than so here you get this view, yeah? And that for you is better on your screen, little, up there, in the top there, little, than this. It's not, is it? It's actually the opposite. It's harder to see. And then when you put that blurry stuff on her head, it made it worse. So you've got that wrong.
On the media, you know, with mainstream media.
Mainstream media, like you sound particularly in line with the mainstream media when you did your quick timeline recap using the mainstream media. But yeah, carry on.
Because then the more it's shared and, you know, those little...
Come on, you and Mind Juice could collab. Yeah. Do you know what? I was giving them a bit of a kick in there deliberately, like I said. And actually, they weren't terrible. It just annoyed me that so many of those ideas felt like they came out organically through our streams. And then, like, all of a sudden somebody else is like... Maybe they just put two and two together and made the same stories I did. Because, you know, maybe they just see that. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just felt a bit like somebody watched our videos and then reorganized them into an hour-and-a-half episode for their channel. It did. It felt like that, didn't it? You saw it. I saw it. We all saw it. And if I'm wrong, so what? Like, they'll just say, "Oh, you're wrong. You are," and then that's that. Like, don't care. Their channel is not like, you know, the be-all and end-all of the font of all knowledge here. They got it wrong about the CCTV. The whole video they did in that thing. The only bits they changed that were different to mine are wrong. So, but yeah.
Pictures, eventually the quality breaks down so much as well. And so it starts being...
Oh, like you like his long videos with everyone's best footage compiled. I see you're making a joke as well.
Said that it's photoshopped and all kinds of stuff. So that's the point of it.
They said it's photoshopped, did they?
So it starts being said that it's photoshopped and all kinds of stuff. So that's...
So with your staring eyes, quickly get off that conversation, off that topic, because you realise while you're saying it that you fucked up because you photoshopped all of this video. So, like, ruined it fully and you mentioned it there.
The point of it. Okay, so now let's find out what a SPOB is. Karen says what she did for the inquest. Talking about this case, I'm so angry. Person says, "Be kind." Says, "Wait for the inquest." Exactly. So for every angry person says, why aren't you talking about this case? I'm so disappointed in you, Gizler.
You are talking about this case right now, hoovering up those clickbait views with your 10 seconds of CCTV footage that doesn't change anything. In fact, is worse because it looks like it's been heavily edited, and your hour-long episodes.
What do you want me to talk about? Today, I'm bringing you CCTV footage that's never been seen before, so we'll talk about that. But the inquest will have the results, cause and manner of...
All right, so we just shouldn't talk about it until then. with the facts that are on the ground now, with all the information that we have now, we shouldn't review them and talk about them. We should just shut the fuck up until it's time for the inquest to tell us how to think.
Death, we don't know anything, and that's till June.
Okay. That's not true crime channels, is it? That's not what you do. Like, you're like literally the worst. I'll tell you the reason she's the worst at this is because her channel, like Grizzly True Crime, like honestly now, I did look a couple, like what I see and what's happening is she's got the news out. I'm not going to put all these effort on to prove it. Like, you can tell me if you think I'm wrong in the chat. You know, this video will go wherever it goes. I don't know, but I might play it tomorrow on the mainstream just to give people a flavour of what I was saying. I might just play this in its entirety and take a break tomorrow, or be there and react along the way. But a lot of this is just she's got the news, and then she's reading the news, or something's in the news, and she's doing the interview. That's okay with a criminal profiler, that's content you've made. But a lot of this is just, she's opened up the page with the news, and then she's read you the news. Like this one here, like you can see it's even the news. I mean, that's okay, you can react and bring up the stuff, but you're just like an aggregator of news. You know, you're just like reading the paper to me. Like, it's different from creative content, isn't it? So, when it came to what do you want me to do, there's no news, she was devoid of something to say, wasn't she? That's the thing that... She was just literally, at least Mind Juice has got some ideas to pull together to talk about. But with this one, Grizzly True Crime, it felt to me, when she was doing that accusation, then again, like, it's almost like Dark Side Phil, like being angry at the audience. He uses all Curtis media too. Well, that's cheeky then, isn't it? If you want to play someone's media and talk about it for an hour, that's fine. But if you want to just put their media up and then, like, you know, that's yours now. Or if you watch somebody else's content and then you think, that's interesting, I'll say that on my channel. That's low. It's just, like, some people are the authentic voice in true crime, like this guy, True Crime Rocket Science, because they do their research and they think up ideas and then they present them to you. Other people are just reading the news because you can't be bothered. Or, like, worse, like coming up with some nonsense and adding in other people's videos, and like that guy who took the entire video off my channel and uploaded it to his own channel and got 19,000 views. That guy's a cock. So anyway, yeah, I think this is just really bad. I think it just stinks, and I think that the way she was talking to the audience as well was bad as well. Like, you know, yeah, what would you want me to talk about, you bad people, you disgusting people, you want to talk about this on my true crime channel? I mean, hello, you are doing a true crime channel. Maybe talk about all the different ideas and theories and possibilities. No, disgusting cunts. Sorry, I said the swear word. But, you know, you shouldn't do that. You should wait for the inquest. Should we? Everything you need to know so far. It says it on the thumbnail. She's nice. Like, she reminds me of Phil because she's got this, like, narcissism control thing as well. Everything you need to know. Everything you should know. Not like she knows what you need to know. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's a step ahead of you. She's smarter than you. She's certainly got this little bit of what was it? Was this alive? Was this alive? Right. She's certainly got this bit of footage from somewhere.
Conspiracies and attacks. I was thinking it could be helpful to show this so that we can all see, well, there he is. There he is. So I do...
like laughing at people.
To show this so that we can all see, well, there he is. There he is. So I do hope it does help.
There he is. Like, who's she laughing at? People like us, people like me, who have suggested that Paul might be involved. Me. Yeah, laughing at me. Hello, you look more stupid than me. You look stupid. I mean, people are probably going to be cross at me saying bad things about... I'm like this, aren't I? If anyone knows me, Snips out of all people, you know me. Like, I just call it like it is. And some people are in this YouTube world, they're all friends with each other and they've got their YouTubes and they think they're brilliant. They've got all their millions of subscribers or whatever. 133k, she's got more than me. Of course. Like, but, like, what I'm saying is true. Yeah, and I wrote a comment for this. People are coming after Paul because, like I said, why are people coming after Paul? Because of the car crash interview, and because in most murder cases, the husband kills their spouse. Oh yeah, and because of the GoFundMe, the dodgy past, the interviews Emma White did. He done a murder. Edit. I've not heard a conspiracy that Paul was there. Where did you get that? Like, I just, yeah, giving him tough love. That's it. I mean, at the end of the day, you can be successful on YouTube by reading the news and then slightly sensationalizing up a thumbnail. Like, you can do that. The other end of the spectrum on the true crime, I'm reviewing true crime here, so, you know, who am I to judge? Well, you know, Judgy McJudgerson, mate. But true crime rocket science on the other end of the spectrum, going out there, doing proper research, presenting ideas in a concise and clear way. Not concise isn't necessary, you know, go on and on if you want, but like these videos at 20 minutes and I like the fact they do a series. Well, it's not a series, but they say the clue we all missed, and they take one item, one clue, one thing, they talk about it, they explore it, it's like its own little video, and then you build them up over the course of the case, and then you've got all these different aspects and points that you can look at. I like that they do that. I think they're a really good true crimer. So I'm not just saying everyone's shit here, but geez, like, and I'm not a true crimer channel, so I can say this. I can come from the outside and look at it, and for even more so because some of them are using my damn videos and ideas. But yeah, Grizzly True Crime. I'm surprised and shocked. This name has come up a few times in the chat. Have you seen what they've said? Have you seen what they've done? I looked at it today, and it was a horror show. It was a horror show. I just looked at it this evening, and I had to switch. I had to switch on the stream. I knew I did.
The automatic tax part.
Not because of the advertisements, and it's heavy on the advertisements. This one, we all are on YouTube, I suppose. I should be a bit lax on that, but I knew it was a ringing alarm bells when I saw this. What are you doing? This is not what normal people do. This is not what good quality media is. This is just this is horrific. Grateful. Nikki was grateful. Very grateful. Always known for her gratitude, Nikki. Good old Nikki. Says this German woman. You don't know her. You're eulogizing over her. For all I know, and God rest her soul, Nicola, you know, I'm not saying that you are, but for all I know, she could have been a cunt. I don't know that. I don't put a fucking minute and a half, like, little weird photo reel. Nikki's top snaps, holiday 98. No, I don't do that. What the fuck is this with your font and your pictures? And why are the pictures not the full screen? Protective. A pillar of strength. That should come in quotes. That's what Paul said. Missing. Oh, missing, look. And we've got our little stickies on the little picture. We've done our little graphic for our little video. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Infantilizing this whole, like, making it seem childlike and less important than it really is. Missing. Done a little clip art on the missing. Where's Clippy? Click Clippy. He'll help me do a clip art on the missing. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And it reinforcing the idea that she's gone missing and not been murdered. Nurturing. Couldn't get a good photo for nurturing, so he just went with another one of these press release photos of Nicola Bulley. Like, what the fuck is this? What does it say to the audience? She thinks it says to the audience that I am, like, caring and compassionate. Because really, she's not. Really, she's fucking robotic. Like, you know, her delivery, her stare, this whole shebang. Like, no personality has been ventured into this. Like, no, like, she's talking to this woman a lot of it, so I ignored all that part of it. But, like, do you know what I mean? She's not, like, giving you her thoughts. She's reading you the facts. Like, she alluded to her thoughts, but she wouldn't say them when she said about these conspiracy theories, and she laughed at the people who thought of these conspiracy theories. Idiots. Like, but, like, what? I think this is like an appeal to the emotion, to sort of say to the audience, I'm a good chuffer with good emotions and good feelings, look. Like, but really it comes across as crass and tacky and, like, third rate. The sort of shit that a child might produce, and you have to nod and smile and say, yes, isn't it good? Using the stock music from Final Cut Pro, free music for Nicola Bulley. Where's your words? You run out of words. Couldn't be asked with that one. We've already said beautiful, so fuck it. Dead, probably put dead. Is dead okay to put on there? It reminds me, I'll tell you what it reminds me of, is, and if anyone's got these in their house, I'm sorry, but those things that say love, life, live, laugh, shit, shove off, shut up. Do you know what I mean? Like, love, live, laugh, half, laugh, live, laugh. Like, I get it. Like, you know, nice things, nice words. I just fucking go and buy it in the shop and it says love, live, life, laugh, shove off, shut up, you chuffer. Like, it reminds me of that sort of, it's tacky, this is. This is tacky. Bokeh bubbles. Yeah, like, who decided? Like, do you know what this video really needs? It needs a lighting effect around the edge to, you know, give that, like, I'm dead and in heaven sort of effect. And that fucking date on it as well. This was so nice, they played it at a funeral. Nicola Bulley, 12th of October 1977 to 27th of January. That date then, that's the date you're picking. Wait for the coroner's report, obviously, wait for the autopsy. But no, this is the date she died. I'm stamping it there. What? Was that the date she went missing, or was that the day she was bludgeoned to death in fucking Marsh Farm Hall after discovering Paul shagging Emma instead of going up? I just want to quickly, just for contrast, blow my own trumpet a little bit. They can rip this video if they want. Informal films. Like, I made this. It's not going to tear your heart out. It's not even going to make. Like, this was just. This guy died in a heart attack. This guy died in a car crash, and he was a fire spinner. And they did a little fire spin for him. So I went and recorded it and did this video. They did play this at his funeral. I'll have you know. I made it. Can't see the. No, I haven't put any words like strong, benevolent. I haven't put any words like that. Just gone for the symbolism instead.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? Do you ever feel
there's some Bokeh
buried deep, 6 feet under screen, but no one seems to hear a thing? Do you know that there's still a chance?
Anyway, this is going to get us copyright off, but it's just, you know, it's lovely music, isn't it? It's nice music, it's firework. You know, it's firework.
As you shoot across the sky, cause baby you're falling away. Come and let your colors burst.
And it's just his mates doing like this thing that he used to like doing, and like it's quite, you know, evocative in a way, isn't it? The fire spinning, and you know, it's actually cropped in funny here that you're seeing a slight crop on it because of the way I'm just presenting it to you, but it's just, you know, that it's a little bit more emotional and emotive. And what I quite liked is the way the fire goes out, and there's these like moments where, you know, and they're all pondering, they're all thinking about this friend of theirs they've lost, apart from the ones that are doing their social media photographs, but they're all thinking about these, you know, this friend they've lost. And then later on, what I do is I build it, because obviously the music builds. So the music builds, and then at the end they do the biggest fiery bits at the end, because that's, you know, how the show finishes, isn't it? And at the end, of course, they blow out all this stuff like that, and it's kind of poignant the way the music ends. Obviously with the backing music of Genshin Impact, which wouldn't normally be in it, but it finishes, you know, to black like that. So I put some thought into it, and then you've got this ever-burning flame of, you know, the fire people, his favourite drink, Guinness, being his, you know, and all this stuff. Like, a little bit of significance there, you know. It was in memorandum of this person who died. I didn't really know them that well, but I was interested in what they were doing, and I was like a friend of a friend, and, you know, this sad thing happened, so I made their little video. I did it. Like, it's similar, isn't it, in tone? Similar, isn't it, in tone to, where are you? To this. A video about someone who got murdered, but you don't think they got murdered. You think they tragically maybe committed suicide, and you thought at the start of your true crime video about the last seen CCTV, sensational, I'm the only one who's got it, put my rubber stamp on it, put my name on it. You thought, you better make sure that people don't think you're just trying to make money off Nicola's memory here. Better make sure you're not one of these horrible ghouls that makes money off Nicola's memory. So what you did was, you edited a sort of like crass, cheap, tacky Nicola Bulley RIP at the front, so that you can't ever be accused of, oh look, you've got your silver play button up there. Authoritative. I got my silver play button. Where should we put that? Don't worry, I'll take a photograph of it and edit it over the top of my videos at the start. Like, no one else does that either. You're proud of it. It's lovely, and you put it in the background of your shop maybe, and you say thank you, and you do it. I'm up there. Look, me, not you. Me with my silver play button. There's something going wrong with this woman. Like, her chips are like, she's got so many chips on her shoulder. She's got so many chips on her shoulder. She needs some salt and vinegar, doesn't she? She's got so many chips. Or she's got, in America, it's chips is like dips, isn't it? She's got so many chips on her shoulder. She got a guacamole on her head. Dip the chips in it. Chip the dip the chip. She's got so many chips on her shoulder. Anyway, that's what I think of her. Anyway, it wound me right up. All I did was watch her video. All I did was, because I was interested in this CCTV. I wanted to react to it. And all I did was watch this, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then she did this timeline recap, and I'm like, okay. Like, that's a good waste of everyone's time. I don't want to watch that, but fine. Like, I'll skip that. And then she did the video, and she didn't play it for a bit, and then it did play, and then it had this in the middle, which has been edited. Like I said, someone on their editing software came to the end of the video and thought, well, this is only 10 seconds long. And this is different, actually, because the way it's been blurred out on these bins is black. So it's different in this still to the way it is in this frame on the video. Notice that. So there's somebody else, either these are stills that you wanted in it or they didn't. They've edited that as well into it. And then they've repeated the video because it's only 10 seconds. It's not the full video. And then we did that close-up bit. And then she's talked about it as if to say, fuck you. And then she's gone on with this woman for like 50 minutes.
If you're not sure what the point is.
More about what the police were thinking when Superintendent Riley shared that it was her and the police's working hypothesis that Nicola had gone into the water. But there was no information as to why they thought that she had gone into the water. And that was curious to me and to everybody who was taking an interest in the case. And let's not forget, I was taking an interest in the case, as I'm sure many other people were.
What's this got to do with the CCTV footage? It annoys me. Like, whether you're good or you're not, or whatever, this lady crime analyst, I'm not judging her. Haven't even looked at her channel. But it annoys me. It's a bit interesting that you've got your own face as your logo. Is that your own face? It sort of looks like your face. It will pass for your face. Maybe it's not your face. Maybe it's someone that you murdered. Gone for the whole logo and the hoodies and everything. Got the office. Got it like, you know, in the office here. Serious business of talking shit on YouTube about crimes that we read out in the newspaper. Not you. I'm not dissing you. I haven't got any of your videos on my sites. I'm dissing Gisela K for presenting to me the footage that I was interested in, but not showing me all the footage. Feel like I got clickbaited and feel like it's just a load of like nonsense anyway. Feel like it doesn't get us any further forward. Feel like it looks even worse because it's been edited. I could see the cut.
10 GMT. All right.
Don't tell me about the clock. I've told you about how easy that is to change. There's an edit there. Like, this frame jumps. There, it jumps. There. It might not be, you know, it might just be an artifact. It does as well, doesn't it? The whole camera jumps. Holy fuck. Whoa, 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 whoa. If you're watching this and you're with me here now, time out. Time out. When you edit between two shots that are consistent, oh my god, those two frames are not the same, are they? No, am I tripping here? Hang on. This is too much for me. Because there's too much in the image to try and, like, if I'm saying to myself that what's happened is that you've got a film and a piece of video that goes like this, and then Nicola gets in the car, but you don't want to see Nicola over there, or you do. So what you've done is you've changed two pieces together, and this is the point where they change. That has to include Paul. It has to include all the rest of this. You know, you've got two shots, and you're cutting between the two. But, of course, when you do the cut, if the camera is stationary, which it's supposed to be, this should not happen, this movement. You see how all the floor moves? I'm just going back and forth between that frame. That's the problem frame. See how everything moves left to right? I'm not moving it left to right. It is moving left to right. So it's possible that when she's recording this, someone has moved that on the desktop while it's being recorded off print screen, you know, screen record. But if you were to cut the two together, like... Okay, a good way of explaining this. It's probably not a good way of explaining it. It's probably confusing, if anything. But I'm a filmmaker. And if you go to the Super Chuffer channel, and you go to the videos, and you take a look at my magnum opus, you take a look at indie game... Well, I don't have to do it all. Just indie game development. This film I made... So in this film, there's a sequence at the end where I make the people disappear. And the way I do it... Actually, it's not all in here. We didn't finish all of the edit for this, I don't think. I allude to it a bit. This is not the sound of the thing. This is the sound of my Genshin Impact in the background. But this is the sequence. See how I'm making it go black and white, right? This is me editing. So... I want it to look like people have disappeared from this place. Look, watch. See how they disappear there? What I did is I took this shot of the empty computer. We moved the camera across on a... it's called a slider. It was an electronic slider that did it electronically. So it moved the camera across. Matt, the cinematographer. And then we did the same shot, but with the girl there on the computer. I think it's Marta. So you see how it moves across like that? It just slides across. Right, it's just a really simple thing, and as I move now between the frames, she's going to appear there. See how she appears? It's just this. It's two shots. We took the same shot, moved the camera across. Once she was there, and then we did the same shot with her not there, and then I stitched the two together, and I can edit between the two. And Zhao in the background there was very good. He sat there just being very still. So when I move between the two, the only thing that changes is that she's there or she's not. See how we've done that, yeah? So that's a way of seamlessly putting the two shots together. I'm moving the camera, which makes it more difficult. To do it with the camera moving makes it more difficult. It makes it look more realistic in a way that she's just blinked out of existence. Like when you turn off an electronic item. Yeah, it's a little bit of an editing thing I wanted for this. About how people are disappearing from this space. It's part of the film we made. So look at the difference now in this when we go between the frames. See how the whole frame jumps? If you've got the stationary camera, and what I just showed you, my camera was moving, but they both move the same, so effectively relative, stationary, and you take a shot, one long shot, and you cut between it. Let's say we want to make Paul disappear, or the car disappear. I can cut from here to a minute later when they've gone away in the car, and it will just appear that the car disappears, won't it? The car will just disappear out of shot when you do that cut. What won't happen is all the ground will move, and the walls will move, and everything will move. That won't happen. That can only happen if this shot, shot A... Right, there's two ways this can happen. This shot, shot A, up to that point, is one shot, and then the other shot, shot B, they've slightly moved the camera by mistake. Slightly moved the camera by mistake on shot B. So now when you sew them together, they don't match up. There's movement in the camera. You don't see it while it's rolling, but you see it when you do that frame by frame. The other issue is there's this black bar on the side. So I'm thinking it might still be the one long shot. It might still be the same shot. But what's happened is someone's watching it on their screen and they're pressing record screen. Yeah? And then as they're recording the screen, they've moved the window. Like, you see how I just moved the window then and made it shrink by mistake. Now I brought it back. Like, they might have moved the window while they're doing a screen record by mistake. See, I moved it then just by, like, making it full screen on my screen, and then just moved it there. See, I've done that. Just moved it. They might not, this might not be an uploaded, like, send me the image. Thank you very much for the image. Like, send me the video. I'll upload the video. It might not be that. It might be play me the video, and I'll screen record it while I watch it.
All right.
But that is a massive problem, what you've shown me there on your channel, Grizzly True Crime. There needs to be an explanation. This character walks across your watermark here. So we know you have edited this video. We know that you've taken out part of their coat, part of their head, part of the tailgate with your blurring out for the reasons of protecting them for some reason. And I don't know why you're protecting them, because we know who it is apparently. You even said that's supposed to be Nicola. So like, and she's dead. So, you know, like, what the fuck? Why did you do that? And then all it proves to me is that somebody has watched that other channel that we said that did this video, not True Crime Rocket Science now, Mind Juice True Crime, who I gave a bit of a kick to, but Mind Juice, I'll say sorry. You know, I was up in my eggy. When I did watch your video, I did think, fucking hell, you know, these are a lot of things that I've said, you chuffer. But, you know, I was up in my eggy about it. I'm not to be egotistical about it and get on that. I'm to leave that alone and just say, fuck it. So, you know, sorry about that. But, yeah, like, this video has done 50k views. Somebody's seen it. And in this video, they're saying, they're two different CCTVs. They're two different CCTVs. Well, it's strange that the next day someone's released the CCTV footage to prove you wrong then, isn't it? It's almost like Grizzly True Crime would rather you shut the fuck up, you're wrong, Mind Juice. It's almost like there's drama in the true crime world, and Grizzly True Crime, who's got a massive chip on her shoulder about being the best one, who's got a silver play button up in the top thing when you load up, who's got her name on the logo, like, watermarked on here, so that, like, she's the main, like, she's got these chips on her shoulder and she's hit out some like, this is like under the counter stuff though, isn't it? It's like she hasn't made a video to say Mind Juice is wrong. But in her video, she said some people have got some crazy conspiracy theories. Like, she's hit out at Mind Juice, hasn't she? For having a popular video. Careful in the true crime world that you don't do too well, or, you know, people will get on their egg on. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel for True Crime Rocket Science now, who has to point out to his audience that he is an authentic voice. Because, like, you know, he's probably battling against idiots like this. I don't know what he thinks of her. I'm speaking for him there. I'm only... You know, only joking. I'm not only joking. I just really didn't get a bad taste. I got a bad taste in my mouth from this video and the way she's presented it.
And making speculations that this is Emma. Seen that? I just want to see what you guys are saying here.
Okay, what do you say?
I know people love this still, and making speculations that this is Emma. Seen that?
So there you go, like, you know, that's directly hitting out at this person, Mind Juice True Crime, directly hitting out, isn't she? Like, literally using the argument that they made about the hand. It's like, it's what annoys me about it is, why didn't she just make a video to say, Mind Juice True Crime, fuck you? Like, I said that when I thought they were using my ideas just then, but I didn't make a video about it because I didn't care. It's just come up in this one, so I said it. Yeah, I don't care. It's okay to say it. Why is she doing that? Why is she, like, covert ops? Now I can't trust her. We're doing true crime. I'm supposed to trust you. Like,
now here's
another advert. I've had it. I can't even look at your channel anymore. True Crime Rocket Science, an authentic voice. Me, an authentic voice. Other people who don't show their faces or rip off other people's videos and upload them as their own, or take some video from someone else and put your own logo on it and doctor it, and then is it one frame or is it the next? Did you edit it or didn't you? Like, all of that. Oh, wait for the autopsy to prove it. You shouldn't talk about it, but, you know, I'll bring you a doctored video and get loads of views. Like, all of that. Fucking hell, man. I don't know why people are watching that. I'm not down with that. That's not how I roll. So yeah, the people wanted me to react to this. How do I now react to this video? How do I now react to it? I suppose it has to happen in two halves, because the video is in two halves. There's that jump there, that jump cut between two halves of what, I don't know what happened in between. I don't know if it is the same video. I don't know why it jumps. I have to split it into two. The first half is nothing. We've seen this image already. The only thing that's different is we now are presented with Paul in the image over on the left. Well, it looks like Paul. I mean, the CCTV is so bad that it could be fucking Postman Pat for all I can see. But it looks a bit like Paul. He's putting the kids in the car there. Again, this image, you could do this. You could keep the car in the same place, and you could cut between a later and an earlier image of Paul being there simply by cutting down the left-hand side of the car. Like, in fact, am I tripping here, or does it look like that's happened? Oh, don't do this to me. I'm annoyed by it. On the left-hand side of the car here, there seems to be a line where you've put the blurrer thing. There does seem to be a line where the top left of the car here is darker on this left-hand side. That little corner there appears to be slightly darker than the rest of this fin. Just there. And it seems like that line goes down there, which would indicate to me that you would cut this video, like, literally cut off the left. Like, imagine you're cutting with a pair of scissors, and you're cutting off the left-hand part of this video, and we're putting it there. And then later on, we've got this part here where she walks around. We'll put that there, and then she'll walk around from that point. Like, as long as they don't cross paths, it's easy to do. And they never cross paths, so you can't guarantee that that's not been done. It's all been edited, like I say, it's guaranteed. The only thing I can guarantee is someone's been fucking with this video. It's not the raw footage. She stomps over, so we can get onto this gate. We're going to finish on talking about the gates, because everything else, all these other images, are better seen in the blow-up stills. They're seen better in the blow-up stills. At least now we know where the blow-up stills are from, I suppose. This original source material, which it in itself is hugely problematic. I suppose she does close the boot here, so that rules out my theory about the split, actually, of the videos, because she closes the boot. So that rules that out. Let me just see it. Yeah, I mean, if you're good at CCTV doctoring, you could probably doctor that, but I don't think they have. I think I'm going to leave that and just say it's real. But there's that jump there. Again, it probably nothing. Probably just moving it while you recorded it like an idiot. But causes problems with our being able to say it's valid. But I'm saying that this speculation from my end is that this is Emma, and that she's closed the boot, and like they've killed Nicola beforehand. She's not there this morning because she's dead. So they need to go about this routine, and Emma is playing Nicola. So no wonder Paulie's at the car with the kids, because they're not going to see Mummy. Paul's put them in. Mummy's going to come round the corner and suddenly get in the car, and they're going to be in the back seat. And then when they get to school, they're to get out and leave, and like Mummy drives off. Like, I don't know how much contact they have with Mummy in this instance, or even if they know it's Mummy, or if they know it's Emma and they're told not to say or whatever. Like, if my Mummy went missing and was dead, and my dad told me not to say, I'd probably keep my fucking mouth shut because I would be a scared kid. I don't know. We can't talk about the kids. Does she have a cat? Weird. If the camera is like a dash cam, it could record separate files of 1.5 minutes length, and then some person added 2 files into the timeline. Yeah, exactly. More like she's an agent. She's keeping the narrative contained with the footage. I'm a conspiracy. I don't go that deep with these conspiracies like that, because I'll tell you why. Have you seen the shambles that the police are doing with this? Have you seen the shambolic police? Yeah? Well, like, they don't fund the police properly. The MI5 are too busy trying to keep Prince Andrew out of, like, they're too busy trying to murder people like Jeffrey Epstein for Prince Andrew, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? Do you think they've got time to fuck about with this? Do you think they've got time? Do you think that the CIA and the MI5 and people like that have got time and resources to fuck about with shit like this? You're off your nut. You're off your nut. Like, not you in chat there, Lyshak, but in general, people who think that this is a big colluding psyop with lots of different actors and lots of different people all coming together to, like, you know, like Truman Show it. Like, they wouldn't be able to. People are not clever enough. They're not consistent enough. Somebody would fuck up somewhere along the lines. They can't even fucking, like, you know, name a thing, a standard thing. They can't run the hospitals properly. Like, the people that know what they're doing can't get the money to the places that need it. The roads have got holes in. The like, name a thing. Like, the powers that be, these big megalomaniacal, you know, rulers of the world, they're shit at it. They fuck up all the time. So maybe, we all say, but, you know, we can see it because now we can prove they're fucking up because we saw that edit. Maybe that. But I just don't see it. I just think they're not good enough to run a big scam. So it's more likely that Paul just killed his wife, and that people have got their own personal vested interest. This is the thing, right? This woman that we're dissing, who is, I've binned off now, Grizzly Crime, she's got a chip on her shoulder and iron in the fire. She's running a narrative on her YouTube channel. She don't want to be proved wrong or look stupid. So whenever she put her flag to the mast, because this is something that true crime doesn't do, true crime rocket science, I respect for this. They don't say, this is what I think. This is it. This is the only thing. Let's prove it. What they say is, let's keep an open mind. That's big for them. So I'm a bit like that, but I don't mind, you know, going with my opinion as well, because I'm not a true crimer. I'm not a detective. I'm just like a person on the internet. It's fine for me to do that. If I get proved wrong, I don't care. But it feels like this woman cares too much, and now she's down this road, so she's trying to prove herself right. And this doesn't prove her right. It makes it look even more sus. So yeah, let's investigate the walk. Look, watch this. This walk. Now, I'm going to draw your attention to something. Playback speed, 0.25. Thank you very much. It's good having it here on just one video that I've done of 11 seconds. It's not even 11 seconds. That first second is just still frame. It's a 10-second video. And it's easier if you just upload it as a 10-second video so that we can watch it and process it and look at it many times. It annoys me that she's buried it in that hour of her chat. You know it annoys me now, don't you? But if you're into this for the reasons of loving Nicola, true crime, want to solve the case, here's a piece of evidence. Let's present it and get it out there. But before we do, let's make sure there's 15 minutes of me talking. There's another 20 minutes of my show to make, because people are going to want to watch, so they're all going to come. Let's make sure it's in my show, and let's put my logo on it. Like, what? Don't you want to just put the evidence out there so we can use it in its best format? Like, I had to go through adverts after adverts to watch yours. Anyway, look. That boot is closed, right? Now, it jumps, and then she goes step, and it's like this weird gate, and it's like a clumsy sort of gate. You see it there. What you see here is the feet. Watch the feet, right? As I reverse it. It's probably easier to see in reverse and forward like this. Is watch her feet. It's not huge, but in this one it's more pronounced. She's stepping towards the door, but it almost looks to me like she's walking with her feet slightly splayed outwards. Each step she takes, it's like slightly like these two. It's like an almost John Cleese sort of walk, look, like big steps. Big steps. This is something that Mind... Why do they have these names? Mind Juice. This is something that Mind Juice was saying. I've got a name, haven't I? Super Chuffer, but it's easy to remember. Battery Exhaust is my B-side. Look, it's almost like a John Cleese big steps. Big, weird... Like, you see it better in reverse as her reaching steps are pushing off. Like, is she trying to emulate her friend's walk? Is she trying to emulate those steps? Is she finding it difficult to walk in these boots that aren't her own? Are these boots a bit big or small for her, maybe? But she walks in this strange gait, and I believe it looks like that one there, and as she brings this foot across... It's probably the best place to stop and see it. It looks like her feet are splayed outwards. There and there. It looks like her feet are splayed outwards. Like her natural walking gait is not 2 feet exactly stable central, but slightly splayed outwards. Tell me in chat if you think I'm right. It's not a big chat episode. This has just had to be recorded for me to get it off my chest, so I did it on the B-side. And it's already an hour and 20 minutes long. And you know I'm going to be talking about it tomorrow on stream, but... hopefully I won't be so irate. And I won't go on about all these people and ripping my videos and all that. You know, I'm not trying to take them down or anything. I just had to get it off my chest as a live reaction for anyone that ever wanted to see it. This is splayed feet. Yeah, splayed feet. Right, get this. We were doing this earlier. Where is my... I've not closed it, have I, that window? Which window did I have it on? Too many windows, mate. In fact, I don't need another window to do this, do I? I can do it like this. I can just search for Marsh Farm Hall. Go on their website, and here's their video, and then I press watch it on YouTube, and it takes me to this page, which is apparently E. White. I don't know if you can see that right. I'm going to need to move this so you can see this properly. Firefox. Because we blew it up. So this YouTube channel, not my YouTube channel of course, but this one that we're watching here now that we're looking at, that I'm showing you. By messing around, you're messing around. This YouTube channel here with this video on it, yeah, YouTube channel, is the Marsh Farm Hall Tour.
Welcome to Marsh Farm Hall. My name's Emma. We're going to take a little tour of the venue today. Welcome.
So you got that, yeah? It's Emma. Like, this is her Marsh Farm Hall tour on this page, yeah? So you know who that is, don't you? Yeah? Recognise her? That's Emma. So this video, this channel's really weird for a start. This is the image. It's really small. You won't be able to see it, but it's of a fella. I think he looks like a farmer. I find it strange. The channel's called E. White in small letter E. Emma wouldn't do that. She'd put her name as a capital E. And then the title, like, we've all now got a little handle on YouTube, which turned over, if you had an old channel and whatever the name was, it turned into a little at for you. So if my channel battery exhausted, I didn't do anything. It just said battery exhausted 216 or something. You know, it gave me a little at handle automatically. So this channel got the at handle Fichow, Fichow 26, which makes no sense because it is, what is Fichow? It's not Emma White. And 26 we can ignore because YouTube puts that on for you. So it's Fichow, Fiona Chow. Like, what is Fichow? And if you put it into Google, it just brings up some like Fichow. If I do that, it brings up this Instagram of someone who seems like they should own an Instagram called Fiona Chow, maybe. It's private, I can't see it. They look like they're out traveling in Thailand or something. I don't know. It just seems like someone's Instagram. I can't link that in. I don't know why it... Fichow Freerider HD? What's this? Fichow Muslim Fashion? I'm really not finding what I think I would link to this YouTube channel about Emma White. Like, I'm not finding Emma White, yeah? Like, this is all weird, this Fichow stuff. I don't know where this Fichow word comes from or what it means or who's, like... There's not that much of it on the internet, is there? But usually on a YouTube thing like this, if you search someone's name or they've got an @ handle, it might come up with their Facebook or their MySpace or something else. They use the same @ handle, yeah? So it might be that. But this is where I found the sports day video, yeah? There's not many videos on this channel. One of them's about the school and this like some stupid video that someone's made badly. Maybe the kids did it. And then this one about sports day. So we did look at this earlier on stream today, yeah? Emma's going for it.
Go, mummy, go, mummy, go, mummy, go, mummy, go, mummy, go, mummy.
The head is cut off in the video. That is, the head is cut off in the video there, but that is Emma.
Go, mummy, go, 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 mummy, go, mummy, go, mummy, go, mummy, go, 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 mommy, 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 mommy.
The kid starts to come in frame there. As her form falls apart, you notice she's finding it difficult to keep her feet pointing forwards together in these jumps. They're starting to splay outwards as she lands. Her feet naturally sort of fall in that splayed outwards position in this video. And later on we see her running this race against her child. Again, we don't want the children's faces in it. It's not about the children, you know what I mean? Like, definitely not about the children, but just getting to this part here. She turns in disgust, and we see the face of condescension, sneer, disgust. And whoever's shooting the video gets their words mixed up, and she's fed up with them, so she turns to them in disgust.
No, okay, go on.
Mark, get set, go.
It was very quick, wasn't it? It's very quick, but I'll just show you that. Rewind this. This is the show I would do tomorrow, actually, so maybe I shouldn't be doing this now, but I'm angry about it. There you can see the face of disgust. She looks pretty fucking eggy. This is lockdown, school. During lockdown, they had to do the school sports day in your own back garden, so they've got a massive back garden and a horse, and they're doing their school sports day. She's going to run against her child here in a race.
Get set, go.
We don't need the music. See her running? See how hench she is, in a way? She has, like, her back, like, across the back here, and across her hips. Everyone thinks Emma's like this little skin rake. Everyone thinks Emma's this little diddy. Like, Nicola's small and Emma's small, and, like, look at her, though. Look at her posture here. Like, farm girl, horse girl, stocky, in a way. In a way. Not petite, necessarily, in a way. Not huge, not Godzilla, or anything, but quite, a physique here, isn't she? She's got a gym clothes, so she's obviously going to the gym, doing runs, doing athletic stuff. She's not just got a bit of gym kit. She's in the gym kit that she seems to use, I think. Maybe she does weights, I don't know. But when she runs here, look at her feet, right? They hit into the ground and sink in a bit. She's got a funny gait. It's not a natural running. She's even got looks like she's got horse hooves on her shoes there. Don't know about that. But look, as the way you had horsey shoes with horse hooves on the bottom. Or is that just me tripping? Maybe it's just the design of the shoe. But look at her as she runs. Like, she's not got the natural sort of gait that you might expect. She sort of hits the heel to the ground here. See that heel going to the ground? Almost like her shoes look a bit big for her. See what I mean? She runs off down there, it gets harder to see. But what you can see, as I move it frame by frame back on itself, is that the position of her feet, it's definitely not pointing in, she's definitely not duck-toed. If anything, she slightly splays her feet out. Doesn't she? She slightly splays her feet out. So, showing me this CCTV and saying, well, that's not Nicola, that's Nicola, it's definitely not Emma. When we refer to this walk again, that gait, that, you know what I said about it? A bit of a lumbering gait. This person has a lumbering gait. It like goes heavy on the heel. This one, heavy on the heel, watch. Bush. Bush. See how it's heavy down on the heel? Boosh. Boosh. And then she's pushing herself up off the heels there. This is a slightly different gait while you're in sprint mode and running forward. But for me, it's a similar sort of onto the heel, oosh, and then springing up off the heel. Similar sort of gait. A bit of a lumbering, splayed-footed gait. She's in a straight line there. She's not walking around the car. But I think that could be Emma. And people who have said that the leg looks thinner and fatter in one image, I just think it's an angle and a perspective. And if you look at it, Emma's legs are quite thick. Really. Notice her hair's very different in this as well, isn't it? I've also been looking into these narcissism traits. It's a bit random, but, you know, while I'm talking about it. Marsh Farm Hall. Good old Marsh Farm Hall. Because they do this on Marsh Farm Hall. They do it on TripAdvisor, look. So if you want to find out about it on TripAdvisor, you've got reviews. And they're good reviews in the main. You know, the majority are. Held a small anniversary wedding party. The venue was just the right size. And Emma, named Emma, the owner-organiser, couldn't have been more helpful. She literally did everything from decorating the room to organising the food and dispensing the drinks. At the same time, she and her husband were unobtrusive. So, like, she didn't get in the way and, like, make you feel imposed on, but she did everything. That's a bit weird in a way. If you're running a little business, you might want to try and do everything because you're saving money. Don't have to pay anyone to do that. Don't have to pay anyone to do that. Penny pincher, skinflint. But really, like, a whole wedding venue and you're doing everything from decorating the room to organising the food and even pouring the drinks. It seems a bit, you know, it seems a bit hands-on, doesn't it? Almost to the point of narcissistic. I've used to work at places where there were bosses who wouldn't let you do, like, they'd employed you to do a job and they'd spend all day standing over you, telling you how you do it and doing it wrong and let me do it and give me this. And do you, like, this one woman I worked for once, she was angry at the way I washed up because it wasn't the same way as she washed up. And, like, she was like, we have to have these 2 sinks and we have to have a second sink with clean water and then we have to have this thing and there. And I was like, listen, I've worked in commercial kitchens for about 15 years. I've seen loads of different dishwashing setups. The plates are clean. Leave me alone. Like, I'm just here to wash dishes of a weekend. Like, I'm not going to put up with your shit. And I just left. Like, it was just bizarre the way people get this, like, chip on their shoulder. It's Kitchen Nightmares. It's Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares. Okay, it's a nice review. Yeah, nothing too much trouble. It's a good review. But she literally did everything from redecorating the room to organising the food and dispensing the drinks. Is a narcissist red flag. Just kind of is, you know, kind of is. And there's another one where they mention as well, Emma and her staff, so she does have staff, Emma and her staff will go all out, plus some, for you, and nothing is too much trouble. So she's mentioned again there, you know, got a name in the thing. There was another one that mentioned Emma and Kate were accommodating throughout her stay. I don't know who Kate is. That's interesting, isn't it? Emma and Kate. Is that her daughter? Or is that somebody who she employs? Is there a Kate involved? 2019? Probably not anymore, because Kate's not mentioned after that. But just the idea that Emma was doing everything was a bit of a flag for me. Yeah, Marsh Farm Hall. So I've thrown that in there now as well. I don't like it, man. I don't like it at all. That's my instinctive reaction from the Nicola Bulley CCTV. I suppose that's it, isn't it? Got nothing else to say now, have I? It's 4 in the morning now officially. It's time for my bed. Have I got anything else to say about it? I mean, no. It just... If we'd seen this from day one, I'd have still been just as angry, just as I would still have said this looks like it could be Emma. In fact, more so now that it seems to have been doctored in some way. Even if that's just a slip of the mouse, when someone's done their screen capture, the video jumps there. The consistency of the coat appears to change. If you're looking at this on your phone, you might be able to zoom it in. But it might just be the light, the way she moves, but the consistency of the coat appears to change. This could be a good edit job. You know, I don't know who's playing around on the editing software. You tell me what you think of that jump there. It spoils it for me. It means I can't treat this as the raw footage. Let's see what we can glean. Let's see what information we can read out of this. I can still think of it like that and do that read on it, but I'm always troubled to think who's edited this and why, and at what point has it been edited. So what I really want to see, and I hope they have, and somebody, for Christ's sake, if you're releasing this, why aren't you releasing the rest of it? Just from the moment before the kids get in the car, you know, time, date, and all that, to the whole thing. You know, show us the whole reel, going off in the car as normal. Show us the whole thing as raw. I'd still have questions and ideas about it, but at least then I wouldn't be saying, like, definitely docked. It's got someone's damn watermark on it. Yeah. You might have to miss my commentary on it tomorrow. Don't worry. I don't know how much I want to do on it tomorrow, you see, as well. They wanted me in chat today to talk about it. They brought it up. And like what's happening now, oh God, I'll briefly finish with this. We had this troll, didn't we? So I was going to tell you about that. We were going to do a thus today about narcissism. The cat is poorly, of course. Don't forget that. I'm trying to put that out of my mind while I'm doing the show. But the cat's going into the vet tomorrow for either the last trip to the vet. Probably not. Hopefully it's going to be okay. Well, it's not going to be okay long term, but what they've also offered is this like IV treatment that's going to help with the cleaning of the blood. Might buy him a bit more time, 6 weeks, 6 months, whatever. If it's worth it for the treatment, like they said, it's expensive, like it's £300, but I don't worry about that. That's not like an issue. The issue is whether it's going to give him quality of life or whether it's a waste of time sort of thing. So they're going to make that decision tomorrow in the morning, the vet's going to say. And if they say it's not going to be worth it, then I'll have to accept it, and maybe he's got 1 or 2 more days with us. He hasn't gone downhill overnight in the last few nights like I thought he was going, but he does seem quite poorly. He used to do them at home. Wow. Okay, they want to keep him in for 2 days. We're going to do this. We're not going to do it over and over. We're going to do it once, and it's going to like extend his life for a bit. But you know, we're not like, he is a street cat, and there is a limit, isn't there? So we're going to extend it and do the best to make him not suffer. But at some point, we're going to make that decision. So we're in that situation. You know how it goes. I feel for you, and having gone through it as well. It just is what it is, isn't it? So anyway, we did thus today, and I was just going to do narcissism. Because we've been having these things going on in the week, I felt sad about the cat. Steve's been, he alluded to the idea he wasn't in a good mood because he was getting trolled, and, you know, we both said, let's just have a fun episode where we don't have to think so much. Let's do a relaxed one. So we've already got the narcissism thing lined up. Let's still do it, but let's just be relaxed. Chill stream, you know? It was a mistake. For 2 reasons. Well, for one reason, really. Like, in years to come, when people look back on the Thus podcast and they want to find out about facts about narcissism, that episode is going to annoy them, because we don't talk about the facts of narcissism very much. We get onto all this other stuff and we go on, you know, random, and you know what it's like. We went on tangents and had a bit of a laugh because we said we were gonna. We both felt a bit like taking the night off and just having a bit of an easy stream sort of thing. So we did that. But it went well as well. Everyone in chat was quite happy. It was positive in a lot of ways, because they wanted to know about, like, they got these questions about this CCTV has just dropped, and what do you think about this? And sometimes a live streamer should just purely be reacting. You know, like, I'm a live streamer. Like, you like the tangents, absolutely. Any other kind of my content, if it's not Thus podcast, I'm cool with it. Thus podcast, I want it to be a podcast, so I don't want to just like. You know, today's episode is about the occult, and then later on we end up talking about Mars bars or like pigeons. Like, no, it's about this. Like, it's a podcast. Every other stream, someone can come into chat now and say, hey, have you seen this video? And I can just put it on. You know what I mean? Every other stream, but not for those. Although we went that way. we went a bit serious, and then we talked about these narcissism facts for a bit, and then we start getting off topic, and then we start getting more off topic, and then it went that way. So I was going with it, it was fine. But then the other thing that happened was Steve got trolled. Now, all this dark side Phil community stuff, like, we go on about this man. I've got it here. This is the stream from earlier. We go on about the dark side Phil, that man, and him being a chuffer, and there's these detractors in that community. So basically, this person who's trolling Steve is from a Wings of Redemption detractor. I think they're a content creator. I can't remember their name of their channel, but I think they're a content creator who does detractor content about Wings of Redemption, and I don't care about Wings of Redemption. Somehow they've glommed onto Steve, and they're angry at, like, they're not happy at Steve. Maybe if I put Wings of Redemption Gulag, maybe it'll come up with their channel even. Yeah, it was this one. It was this channel. So somehow this idiot, I don't know who they are. Like, well, to me they're an idiot, aren't they? Because they've come and trolled my channel because Steve was on it. So they're a detractor of Wings of Redemption. They like make joke videos about Wings of Redemption the same way as we talk about Phil. That's not my wheelhouse really, but they do. Yeah. This exact person, I don't know why they're cross with Steve, but they've like got a chip on their shoulder about him. So like they've come over and they've no, but really the theory is that we're all on the same sort of wing, like we're on the same sort of not team here, obviously, but this person has nothing. Like, Steve doesn't, like, this person attacks Wings of Redemption. Sometimes Phil might say something bad about Wings of Redemption too. They're both on the same side of the coin here. Like, this person who's making these videos is a detractor. Steve is a detractor. They detract different people. Like, why would this person want to have a go at Steve? It doesn't make any sense to me. But they came with lots and lots of fake channels. Like, every time we deleted one, or you blocked them, then there was a new fake channel, and they were saying things about Steve and his like accusing him of using his back pain so that he can get off work, and like weird shit like that, like personal shit in a way, like a really weird attitude to it. Like, maybe there's some chip on their shoulder, I don't know. But yeah, so this person trolled him through the framework of my channel. Like, they kept coming on. What I did was, I did two things. One, I wanted to, and I successfully used it to, I said to everyone else in chat, every time this troll says something, put loads of stuff in chat and blast them off the screen. So all of a sudden our chat rate went up, right? Because they were trolling, these people in chat were pushing them off the screen by typing fast. And then because the chat rate went up, we got more views. So it actually helped us. Like, and that can't be good for the troll, yeah. And then the other one, I went for a piss, and when I was going for the toilet, in my head I got this perfect sentence about how, oh, don't worry, we can talk about this, and I can slay you with my cool, we don't care, and you've made yourself look stupid, and we can use this as a moment, a teaching moment, where psychologist Steve like psychoanalyzes the troll, and then like we win, and not necessarily make you look stupid, but show that we don't care. And for everyone else out there who gets trolled, there's like, look, this is how you handle it. Like, we don't care, sort of thing. Yeah, it doesn't hurt me, and I wanted to show my strength and stick my chin out, but show this kind of attitude, so that if other people are out there and get trolled and they feel bad themselves, because I've been through it before, remember. Like, if I don't want other people to feel bad, I want to show them, look, you don't have to feel bad. We can just laugh at this idiot. Don't feel bad. Just laugh at them. And that backfired, because what we should have done, really, I suppose, is you don't give them any attention. I'm giving them attention now by bringing up their channel. For, like, why would I want to do that? But this is who was doing it. And they've already got their own, like, from what I can see here, it's weird, is they've already got their own channel with their own thing going on that they do about this other streamer. So, like, why are you, like, agitated and going, maybe they were drunk, I don't know. Like, professional troll, getting outside, getting excited. I don't know what's going on with them. But anyway, they glommed onto Steve, and we had to moderate them in chat. And at one point we just let it go, and we didn't bother moderating them. And at another point but irrelevant to his actual comments. Like, yeah, I agree, it sounds ableist, but I think they're just, like, if Steve had green hair, they'd say, oh, you're stupid green hair. Whatever facts of, or maybe they're angry at somebody for, maybe they actually believe that Steve is, like, cheating the system and has not really got a back problem, but Like, in that case, like, why wouldn't he just go to university and study his masters then, which is what he really wants to do, that he's being held back from doing because he's got about... I just believe him 100%, you know, it seems weird. And anyway, the ins and outs are irrelevant because you can't work... There's no point to working that out. All I want to do is just block them off, isn't it? Just block them off. Just get rid of them. Just like... So a bit more moderating in chat. Not saying that you have to be there, but I have to try and add a few more moderators. And we just, you know, we worked it through. But because we were already, remember what I said, we were already going off-piste. We were already letting the episode degenerate. It became a little bit more like, because they're in the chat and I'm moderating them and I'm trying to focus on talking to Steve. And and then it comes up and I say, oh, just hang on a minute, I'm just going to get rid of this idiot or something, you know. Then I'm talking about it, I'm thinking, don't talk about it, so then I talk about it and all that business, and I'm smoking weed and I'm having a laugh, and like ignore them and don't give them any fuel to their fire is a lot easier if you don't have to concentrate on them in order to block them off. Do you know what I mean? So YouTube needs a slightly better system for this, because they shouldn't have been able to... It wasn't your fault for not being there, not at all. Like, me and Steve were there to click the buttons as well, and like, if I want to make some other randomer a moderator, I can. Not that you're a randomer, but there are randomers there who want to be moderators. They're like, oh, pick me, I'll be a mod. So we're going to do something. We're going to have a little... like, I'm going to set up like a quiz, and whoever wins the quiz can be a mod or something, you know, give them a bit of a chance. But ideally I would only pick like you, capital K, Nigel, you know, people who, do you know what I mean, like I can trust long term sort of thing. But yeah, we'll get some other mods, it'll be fine in the long run. But YouTube needs to have a system where if you set up 10 new accounts all over the space of 10 seconds and keep getting blocked by the same channel, you're not allowed to keep setting up any more new accounts. You know, it needs to have some sort of better system for it, because little people like us shouldn't have to deal with people like this. And I don't know what it's got into their head. I don't know where it goes from here as well. Like, if they keep doing it, like, the end game is that, like, if they do it to me, because that was on my channel, it was at Steve, and it was defamatory about Steve, but it was on my channel. So I feel like I don't put up with shit. And I know that this sounds stupid, it might encourage them even some ways, but like, I would most likely, if people said rude and factually incorrect stuff about me, like horrible stuff like that, I would probably go to the police. And I know that they can get their IP, and then it might be up to me to do a civil, wherever they are in the world, there are legal means to take them to court, because it's defamatory online stuff, and there are rules about that now. So like, we just follow the correct channels, and if it costs money, I'd just pay the money. And like, I would actually take some, you know, positive vibe in the fact that like there are lines that you don't cross. I hope it doesn't get to that, because I don't want to have to go down messing about like that. But ultimately, you just act like grown-ups. Like, I would have to act like the most grown-up person in here and just be like, look, we're going to deal with you by handing it over to the authorities and paying the lawyers, and then they're going to turn up at your house with this bit of paper, and you can choose to go to court or not, but either you shut up or you owe us loads of money or some shit. I don't know how it works. Like, it just... You don't get to just get away with saying like real slurs, do you? Or maybe it's this other thing of court of public opinion. Maybe they want some sort of drama, you know, conflict. They're not going to get that. Like, they are nothing. They edit this fat man's videos for some views on YouTube. They are nothing to me. But now they've, you know, come up onto my radar because they... And look, we're getting a lot of images of this person they edit instead of them, but they've come up onto my radar because of their, you know, choices. So it seems weird. They've got a lot of people commenting on this as well. That I'm pretty sure a lot of the people that like them, like detractor people, I don't know if I'm right in saying this, but like, if they were exposed to this aspect of it, you know, if they saw the way they were trolling in my stream, they might dislike them and stop watching their streams as much and their videos. So it might end up worse for them in the way. Like, they want more attention, but the attention might be the sort of attention that just ends them. I might be wrong in that. Maybe they still get, like, you know, lots of views on their videos after that. But I get this feeling the detractor community is kind of like a bit more together than that. And you get the odd one. Like, recently they had this guy called the Pastor. And this Pastor guy became a figure of ridicule to the community. So it's so odd to go after Steve, isn't it? Yeah, it is odd. It's a strange one. it stinks of jealousy, I suppose, in a way, because Steve gets a lot of like people want him to answer questions and want to pick his brains, and they respect his opinion. Maybe, you know, maybe it's that. Maybe I've gone on about it too long and had their image on my B-side channel too much, because I don't want to like poke this bear particularly. I don't care about them. Actually, what am I saying? They've come onto my channel to try and ruin one of my streams. Like, what a cock. It makes me feel a bit sad for them though as well, because this man that they bully, their dark side Phil, the person that they bully, is a big fat, you know, sat at home on his internet, you know, Rings of Redemption. This guy sits playing these video games, but this guy has to watch him and edit him and then, you know, put it up on his channel. Like, in a way, is like, I want to say you are what you eat. You know, we watch Dark Side Phil. I am a streamer, and sometimes I can even do some of the things that Phil does, like the Philisms. Try and catch myself not doing it, I suppose. But this whole thing, like, this guy that he watches is just this fat guy playing on the internet, yeah? And then, like, you're watching that fat guy play on the internet and then making these videos. So, like, you know, there are better things in the world. So I look at these people who are making these videos, and I think that they themselves must be going through some sadness. And even the DSP detractors, you know, there's some in that community that and I'm not pointing fingers and naming names or anything, but I just do wonder where they decided to. Feels a bit more clear-cut. He's a bit more clear-cut, because I couldn't look at this guy being this guy all the time. You know, you can't tolerate watching him. I don't understand how you can get through it. There's lots of different aspects to it, I suppose, but, you know, I'm not a detractor is one. You know, I don't have to do it. I don't have to do it week in, week out. I can pick and choose and dip in and dip out. I detract sometimes, I guess, they could say, but I'm a streamer. I'm not, you know, I'm slightly outside that world, so, yeah, it's easier for me to just like, what's he doing now? Oh, wow. And then if I want to just walk away, I can walk away. This is one of the things about Steve as well, is why I'm trying to get him to apply his psychoanalysis to a wider context, is because I think his channel would be better off without DSP in a way. Like, it's part of it, it's part of where he's got to, and he tweets about it a lot, but, like, you know, there's a wider world out there. So if you, not so many people, like you say, you can't bother to watch DSP, like, there's a lot of people who don't, so this is very niche, this stuff. Like, this Gulag Kingpin at 19.3k subscribers has got more than me, but there's a limit on how much they can get. You know, how long have they been on there? Since 2020, so a couple of years. Like, there's a limit, isn't there? Their latest one's got 200,000 views, that's a lot. 50k, 100k, 60k, 50k, 70k, 150k. So they bounce, the good ones every now and then will get 150 so k, but bouncing around 50k a video, which is pretty good. Pretty good, you know, they're doing good off this. Some of these are just like, that's an 8-second video. They're just little short clips and re-clips, aren't they? So, like, you're kind of beholden to what Wings of Redemption does as well, aren't you? Like, if he does something normal, then you don't get a good week. But if he does something extraordinary, you get a good week. But there's a limit to how many people are going to subscribe to your channel about Wings of Redemption. Even me, who's sort of into detractor style content, for me, I can't watch Wings of Redemption. I don't like it. It doesn't. I just don't want to watch it. So, your edits of Wings of Redemption are not going to do it for me. So there is a limit to that, I suppose. Maybe they get into that limit. Maybe they want more growth and they're angry when they see other people starting to expand and move into wider areas. I don't know. Then you see us laughing about something and then you're like, you have to know now. Yeah, it was a bit like that for me. I was watching Steve's psychology videos and he was talking about this character. I was like, oh, that's that guy. I remember him from doing the jerking off. And then it was like this and this happened. I was like, did this happen or what? And then I had to go and watch a video about it. And then before I know it, I'm watching like restreams and talking with the nice people in chat, and everyone's really cool and everyone's having a good time. So quite a good community, really. That's been him off anyway. So that happened today. That person decided to glom on and become a troll. And it became a feature of the later part of the stream, which degenerated. It wasn't they degenerated the stream. We were already decided beforehand to not fit the... You know, we weren't going to stay on the script. We were going to bounce around and mess about. But in reflection, I'm happy to do that on a regular stream. I'll do it any stream, but I don't want to do it for thus, because if you go and listen to that episode of the podcast, it's useless. You know, it's only good for a couple of days. Well, no, maybe it's good for a longer time. I shouldn't say that because people won't watch it. But it's not... Like, if you go and watch a podcast episode about John Bennett Ramsey's murder, that's fine. It's always going to be there, isn't it? It's always going to be about that. It's not going to change now because they're not going to arrest Burke. But if you go and watch that Thus episode, it should be like that. But instead, we're talking about stuff that happened today, stuff that happened with the Nicola Bulley case, this and that. People are asking in chat about what I think about this and that. And it's too fragmented. It's all right as a stream if you're there. It's not as good if you're coming to it later on as legacy content. So I wasn't happy with today's episode, even though we did quite well financially. Everyone was quite happy being there. Everyone had a good time. Steve and I both agreed that we didn't, because of our mental state, the cat and whatever, like, we didn't want to have a heavy episode. We should have just abandoned the episode and said, it's not Thus narcissism today. It's going to just be us chilling. We should have just done that and, like, committed to it. Then I would have been happy with it. But in the future, we're going to have to find a way of reining everything in. Because you know what I'm like. You know what I'm like. You're only half an hour in, you'll finish it. Yeah, don't stress. Don't stress. Do you know what? Since you're here as well, it's important to say this, isn't it? Thank you very much. You know, do you remember when we was just us like this, and a lot more of the time it was, and like in no uncertain terms, you're like, I don't want to make it about money, but like, you know, your financial help, your support, but also your, you know, stable, emotional, and consistent chatting. Like, it's all been... Like, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you and that support through those times. And Capital K and Nigel, you know, and people. But, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we have turned a bit of a corner here. And as long as I don't do anything stupid, like berate a load of big true crime channels. But you know what I mean? As long as I don't do anything stupid, like come on and say, like, you know, rude words about black people or something like that. Like, you know, some cancellation effort, which obviously I'm not going to. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll grow consistently, steadily. We'll find other things like the Nicola Bulley case in different areas. It might be, you know, it might be the hula hoop community has a big drama and we invite some hula hooper on for a conversation. And then we got all the hula hooper community watching us. And when they discover the Thus podcast, we can enjoy that as well because it's psychology. I like that. You know, we go on these different parts. We will continue to snowball and pick up people from different areas. It might be a bit of a spike here and then a slowdown and then a bit of a spike and then a slowdown. But yeah, consistent growth over a longer period of time. That's what I've always said about, isn't it? Slow and steady wins the race here, not explosive overnight growth. But like, I feel like we've turned a big corner and people are retweeting things I tweet about. People are looking at the channel. Okay, the Nicola Bulley stuff is going to get more eyes on it, isn't it? But I just need one of my channels now. Yeah, your channel, you chuffer. Not that channel, you chuffer. The Super Chuffer channel, you chuffer. Yeah, this one, Bob is 5'4". This is a good example. Like, that is a really random thing. No one knows what it is. Bob is 5'4". No one knows about that bloke. So you've got no reason to click on that thumbnail other than a bit of intrigue. You've got no reason to watch that other than a bit of intrigue. That shows what I need to do every now and then is, like, every 5 videos we do, at least the 5th one has to be a bit different, has to be a bit somewhere else, because it's going to keep people guessing, but it's also going to keep us finding new things and new areas to talk about. And it's also going to show me how, okay, you're in here because of the Nicola Bulley stuff, some of these people. So when I go and do something different, are they going to also still be here and be in chat and talk and be part? You know what I mean? It's like, how big is that snowball really? Is it just the trending thing, or are these people committed to the stream? So when we do a randomer like Bobby's 5'4", Ouija boards, some people are just not interested. Some people are. We're going to do cryptids this week coming up as well. We're going to have an interview with someone about like Bigfoot and goblins and stuff like that. They believe in it. I'm not going to poo-poo it entirely. I'm just going to let them tell me what they think and all that. It's going to be interesting because I don't live in America. We don't look for Bigfoots in my country. We consider them to be bullshit, but we don't look for them. So, you know, whatever. You think a religious person may have hurt him as a child? Maybe, yeah. I think he's gone through some traumas in his life as well, which are quite bad, like losing loved ones and relatives and people. So I think that's bad for him. But, you know, anyway, Bob aside, the point is, it shows me who's going to turn up when they don't know what it is. They're turning up for me to talk shit and run a stream, aren't they? 3,200 people there. Because they're not turning up for Bob, because they don't know who he is. So a lot of these Nicola Bulley ones will get more views, but the psychic calling, 3,000 views. Bob, 3,000 views. Today's Thus podcast, which who knows what the fuck happened today, 3,000 views. So that shows me the bottom line. That's the line I'm looking at, really. The big numbers are great, lovely, you know, wonderful that we got 15k, 12k, 40k on that Emma video, lovely. But, you know, let's be realistic. Who's actually going to turn up if I'm not talking about Emma White, body language analysis, red flag, or Nicola Bulley's dead? Like, well, 3,000 people now. So that's a huge milestone forward. Our subscriber number is 3,000.76. If you're hitting the same numbers as your subscriber numbers on your slow videos, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. So as we grow, that bottom number maintains. So I'm looking for 10,000 subscribers, 10,000 views on a slower video. I'm happy. Yeah, we need to go further than that, of course, because about this number is about 20 or 30 quid in monetization terms. So if I pay Steve to come on the show today and we get 20 quid back in YouTube monetization, which I don't know if that's monetized because of what we talked about today, but if we do, then I'm losing money, yeah? So I need to get, like, I think it's about 8,000 views, and then I pay Steve, and then after that, it becomes money that I'm making for myself. Well, 10,000 views, I'm making a small profit, but I'm making it. Like, above that, then we're starting to get into this realm of I'm starting to, you know, earn off YouTube. Not like I'm desperate for AdSense and all that, but we do also throw in the tippies, and we also throw in the hats or the mugs that we might sell or whatever it is. We're actually getting to a point where it becomes like sustainable, which is really important, and it, you know, it wouldn't have been achievable had you not supported me financially along the way. So, like, you know, all these people need to be grateful to you, really, because you've got us here. But like, we hoped for this, didn't we? We hoped for it, and we hoped it would come sooner rather than later. Well, it finally sort of has. It's not that I'm swimming in money like Scrooge McDuck, but as we said, consistent, stable, pushing forward, steady, not putting people off and being too abrasive, trying not to go on any of my rants. Don't need to piss off everyone about the ASMR community or anything like that. Don't need to get into it. Yeah, trying to be more open-minded as I go on. Not in the past, you know me as well. Talking about Bigfoot, I would have more likely done a video where I said Bigfoot's not real, you idiot, and like, I don't need to like debunk and poo-poo everything. I'm interested in people and what they think and how they feel. So the more we do of that, the more it's going to bring in lots of different eyes and ideas, and the more that we're open to them, the better it's going to be. So I think we're onto a good thing. Yeah, your relief cash is starting to come in. Yeah. You're going to change jobs soon. Oh, and you're going to cut your pay in half. Bloody hell, what's happening there? Or you don't need to necessarily say on the internet, do you? I keep thinking, say as much or as little as you need to on the internet, because it is a public forum, of course. Like, but hopefully that's out of choice from your own choosing to want what you want to do, and not being forced out, or like, you are working very hard, aren't you, as well? So like, maybe there's only so much. Friend has twins, they need to relocate to see. You're going to sell that? What? Wow. It's not just the nurses they treat poorly. I've heard, I'm surprised because you're going from part of America that I'd see as being a bit of a, I don't want to drag you down here and poo-poo this, but they'll be with their children. Okay. I mean, that's very commendable of you. I mean, I imagine this is a very close friend of yours, and that, like, you know, you're doing this thing for them, like, but like, they've got their own, like, can't they? I suppose, you know, I'm not gonna critique this. Like, it's actually quite a noble and good thing, but can't they like pay some money to do it themselves as well? Like, I don't know what the world's like. It might be hard for them, but yeah. It's quite a huge thing for you to give up your entire life like that. I hope you're like, you don't want to go halfway down that road and then think, shit, I shouldn't have done this. Like, you want to be 100% on this. But yeah, like, I trust you in your judgment. So I'm not there in this situation. I'd rather trust you in your judgment. But the thing, yeah, Trump lives there, guns, alligators. From what I've seen on the internet, you're going from one of the places where everything's like modern and forward thinking and Silicon Valley and nice beaches, and okay, you've still got gun crime and problems in places, but you know what I mean, like, it seems like quite and then the way I think of Florida is like you said about alligators and Everglades, and like, you know, the deep south, and Like maybe some slightly backward thoughts and feelings and opinions. I don't want to scare you. It might be lovely. It might be lovely. It might be lovely. But it seems strange as well in America that you'd be going one place and another and then getting different pay for the same job. That seems really weird. You're sad about it, but it's the right thing to do. Is it though? Like, because that's like there. I don't know anything. I can't. I'm worried for you that like you're being too like you're very generous with me, like, but you're not selling your house to support me. So you know it's one thing, but and you're earning good money, but like you know if you're selling your house to support somebody else, and that's like you'll be able to pay cash for fucking hell. Well, that's not so bad, I suppose. You won't have that over your head, will you, if you do that? But I'm worried though is that like with all the maybe it's because we've been talking about all this narcissism stuff and people abusing people and stuff like that. But I worry that like that's very nice of you to do. If it was my sister, I'd do it. But if it was like my mate up the road, I'd think, I'd like to do it, but it's my house. I mean, I can't fucking sell my house. There are limits. It's only money. Well, yeah, but it's your life as well, isn't it? And how happy you are and like what you're doing with your time. Like one of the worries about it, I don't want to poo-poo it, and if it's your choice, I don't want to. I'm sure you've thought this through, but my worry is that like it becomes a brooding resentment in some way that like initially you thought it was the right thing to do, or on paper it seems fine, but when you get there and you're angry or upset and like you miss things and you end up like it might even sour the relationship that you have with this friend, and that would be ironic, isn't it? Because like it should be the opposite. Do you know what I mean? Like, I worry about that sort of stuff. I worry about things. You know me as well. I worry. I get anxious. So what you've described seems like a huge... for me, I would find it incredibly anxiety-inducing, and I'd be almost worried off the concept, like probably worried away from it. Is it possible to do like a partial, like a take a sabbatical and see how it goes for a bit, or do you have to fully commit with both feet like that, like selling everything and quitting all the job and everything? I suppose again you've probably thought this through. And who am I to worry on your behalf? But I do worry on your behalf. So on the other hand, it might be a really wonderful adventure. It might be like going to a new part of the world, meeting new people, seeing new things. You might take per diem. I don't know what that means. Per day position. Yeah. New Horizons are also good. It's just I'm literally thinking like I'm literally thinking of like this sort of business, like trailer park, alligator skinning. I don't know if I'm going to go find a good video of one. Lots of alligators. Maybe if I put trailer parking as well. I'm sort of thinking of that compared to like Elon Musk and sending rockets to Mars. I think there's like a big difference in my mind about the two places. Might be wrong though. Might be wrong. Because there are nice places. There's Disneyland as well, isn't there? So that could be nice. I might be wrong. The alligators though. Alligators.
How do you sound more confident in your writing?
Isn't Florida a place where people from New York go for little holidays as well? So maybe it is nice, like a little tropical place that people from New York go. And you're also closer to like Cuba and like places like that, so you're closer for little holidays out that way. And then you've got all the like, I don't really eat some of that food, I guess, but you've got all the like the gumbo and the culture of that, the blues music. Like there's definitely a lot of, it's got its own cultural, like frog's legs and alligator tail. Look, Jesus. Gainesville. It's got a university. Gainesville Ripper comes up. So I don't know about the Gainesville Ripper. We're not looking at that. I don't want to scare you. Let's have a look at Gainesville. I mean, to me, it's going to look like completely mad, like different, because I don't live in America, do I? But it might look different to you, like compared to America. But to me, I'm seeing very wide roads. I'm seeing lots of trees, and America does have this feature. I've been there once, where not like in England. The roads are very wide and there's a lot of space, and then you sort of drive to lots of places. Whereas in England, I expect to walk a lot of places, maybe, and the roads to be a bit more narrow. But it looks very open and spacious, doesn't it? It's not been. Does it get blown down by hurricanes? Does it get attacked? It's probably not a vegan mecca. There was a little restaurant there that looked all right. I find from coming from England that these places seem to lack character to me, because you don't see it in America because you're used to it. But the grid system, like in England, we don't have like this routine, regular grid system. We have all different nooks and crannies, and like, but so this probably looks normal to you, but to me, I'm seeing this sort of very straight road, very like uniform, very straight road. Hurricanes, yeah, you do have hurricanes. Just make sure you hold your hat on with a bit of string for if there's a hurricane. Just get a hat with a bit of string for if, so in case it doesn't blow off. Very spacious. That's what I'm feeling here. Very spacious. Lots of trees. It's quite nice. I suppose it's the people that make it, isn't it? And the stuff you're up to and who you're with and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's just, for me, it's a strange one that it's very, like, it's a very big move. Like, if you're romantically involved with this person, that's okay, you know, do it. If you're, like, you know, emotionally invested in their lives to a certain, but like, if it's somebody else's life and you're doing it for them, it seems like a big, like, you know, chop off half your leg investment of your own emotion for somebody that, they're very lucky to have you do that for them, I suppose. For me, that would have to be a very close friend, like I'm saying, like, because this is your life as well, isn't it? So, like, you're putting somebody else's choices above yours in a way, and that's very, like, even though I'm all about not being selfish, at the same time, like, you know, you want to have your life the way you want it, and then to help others to have theirs the way they want it, but you still want to have yours the way you want it. Like, I don't think that's wrong to want that as well. I'm not necessarily saying put yourself above others' needs, but I'm also saying kind of do that in a way. Otherwise, you're not going to be good at helping other people, because you're not going to, like, be in such a good position to do so, are you? I don't know. What you've done thus far, though, has, like, you know, you've got the choice, so you've earned enough money to have the choice. So that's your choice, isn't it? Like, my worry is that when you're here earning half the money, it's harder to move back, or it's harder to make choices if you're earning less money. Do you know what I mean? Like, in fact, that does my head in a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong in saying this, but if you're earning half the money, wouldn't it be better just to stay in California and then give them half the money? Or is it more expensive to stay in California? I suppose you said you could buy a house outright here, didn't you? So it's probably cheaper to live out here. It doesn't look terrible, though. A friend you've known 20 years and you're now... Okay, so that makes more sense to me that you'd want to do that then. It's not like just like, you know, someone that works at the local, you know, office or whatever. That makes more sense to do that. If you think there's a future in it, then yeah, why not? Like, it's an adventure together then. And you can make any house a home, and that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. Instinctively I have worries, because if it's like up in the air and there's this stuff going on, like, that's drama that, like, needs to sort of settle and resolve before maybe big decisions are made, because, you know, what if she moves somewhere else and then you have to go somewhere else? But hopefully it resolves, you know, and they are settled and you can be part, like, they especially can be part of their lives. So much drama, yeah, you don't want that, but it is what it is, isn't it, in a way? Like if she's also of the opinion that it's a good idea that you move there and he has a part in his boy's upbringing, then that's okay. But if she's going to cause a load of trouble when you get there as well, then like, you're going to have to deal with a load of trouble in the humidity with half the money, and you're like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, there might be times where you, like, not regret it, but, like, get fucked off with it as a concept, that you're not getting your reward for your good deeds. Do you know what I mean? So you got to hope that I hope that they appreciate the level. She's going to hate you, yeah. They always do, don't they, I suppose. But I hope this person appreciates, like, your partner appreciates the not just, it's not a gesture, it's not what I'm trying to say, appreciates the depth of the the commitment you're making, because it's like a huge thing. So, you know, if you ever have to decide who gets that last bit of cake, then you always win. But it doesn't have to be necessary. Like, what I'm seeing here is different to what I imagined as well. It's not Everglades. It's actually got like buildings, and it's quite pretty. And you know, whether the weather is up your street or not, it's still nice weather. Yeah, you get to see the boys with their dad. That's a good point, isn't it? Yeah. It will be interesting. This is all going on this episode now that I was your little fat cat's going to get eaten by a gator. Does that, I don't know how it works out there. Like, I don't see any gators. I was thinking, you know, if you're right out by if you live around this sort of way, you can have a cat fine, can't you? But if you're out in the Everglades, then you might have to worry. Let me have a look on the map as well, just because I haven't got, like, I don't have the same concept because of England is just, you know, if you move over to where England is, like how little we are, and all of the everywhere is the same climate, apart from Scotland, which is cold. Everywhere else is the same climate. Whereas America, oh, it's big, and all the different places are different, very different. In fact, like down here, San Antonio, and then there's Mexico over there, like actual Mexico. It's only over there. It's not so different to there, is it? Like, you know, the climate. And then you go over here where you know about this because you already live there, but like over here is one thing, and then over here it's different, isn't it? And like it's down here, oh, there's Miami. Look, you're close to Miami now. Miami's in Florida. I thought Miami might have been its own state. Anyway, Tallahassee, I've heard of that. Not really a lot, but I've heard of it. Go to Atlanta for the gambling. Is that the wrong? North Carolina, Tennessee. You can go to Countryland, Tennessee. It's not so far away. New Orleans, I've heard of that. It's all underwater now, isn't it? Psh, splash, splush. And then Cuba, and all this is here as well. So you're actually coming over to be closer to this part of the world, which might be nice for a visit. Although you don't want to get kidnapped and murdered, do you? But Miami's nice. There's gators in the water. That's mad. But it's how it is, isn't it? Like, in America, you're used to a lot more than we are in the UK. Up here's New York, isn't it? Somewhere over here. There's Baltimore. So New York will be here. There's New York. New York. It's not as big as you think it is. Look, when you zoom out. Florida's bigger. Little New York. But once you're over this side, I'm sure they just mess about going up and down here, don't they? Having a little look in New York. Going for a little weekend in New York. You can let your doggy make a poo in Trump's front yard. It's an open carry state. What does that mean? That you can carry a gun, or is it you can carry alcohol? I don't know which one that means. Open carry state. Is it guns or alcohol? I bet it's guns, isn't it? You're allowed to go around with your guns. Guns. Fuck. Like, we just don't have that concept at all in the UK. Like, guns go around in the bad gangsters, and, you know, there'll be people have shotguns for going out in the countryside on hunts. But, yeah, guns is not a thing. I hope it's safe enough. You know, there's Gainesville there. Look, there it is. Probably in quite a good place, actually, isn't it? Because it's not too far down or right in the sea where the hurricanes will get you. Or maybe they land over here, I don't know. But it seems to be nicely distanced between different things. Orlando's the big place, isn't it? But you don't want to be too big in the big city, do you? Because it'll be a bit too busy and a bit too, like, big in the big city. There's lots of water. What's all this water? Is that where the floods happened, or is it because there is lots of water? I'm a bit confused. You're flying to Dallas tomorrow morning to visit your daughter. First time in Texas. That's open carry too. Books are banned in schools, and you can't say gay in schools. Okay. It's a bit strange. Getting over to Texas. Yeehaw. Dallas. Houston, Texas. Look how big Dallas is. Jesus. Look at it. Big, massive Dallas. There's the main part. And then over here's Fort Worth. It's like an extra bit. Plano. I just like the name Plano. Might go and work in the Home Depot in Plano. Plano. I don't know. What do I know? Look at it. Dallas. It always makes me think of cowboy hats, Dallas. There was a program. Da, 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 da. Not this. This advert again. Yeah, messed me about. You messed me about. It's nearly all the big channels. Yeah, it's Sleepy's for me now. It's been interesting chatting. I'm glad we had this opportunity to talk. I'm a bit worried, but I think you know what you're doing in your life. You know, you're a sensible, grown-up person who makes good decisions, and as long as it's all a positive adventure, like the Bahamas are just there. You can just go and have a cocktail in the Bahamas. That would be nice. As long as it's all, you know, all going to make you happy, then that's the main thing, isn't it? So, but if you substitute your happiness for someone else's, inevitably, eventually, you're just going to have to, you know, do what makes you happy, because eventually we all do. So as long as you're sure in your heart that it's going to make you happy, I'd go for it, yeah. You're talking to each other in chat anyway, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're going to make a side hustle to make a lack of it. Smuggling drugs from Jamaica. But yeah, we've had an interesting one today. At least I've, like I said, I wanted to give my live reaction to this stuff, but I thought if I did it on the main channel, I left it till tomorrow, I wouldn't feel and think exactly the same, and I wanted to record my exact thoughts because I thought it would be worth it. But in the end, it was just a bit of a... I don't want to be a bitch and a moan about these people, but God, that chuffer took my whole video and uploaded it to their channel. Didn't they? The one of them. Which I took from Channel 5, so, you know, just as bad as the others. So that's been today's story. And, like, you're talking to each other in chat, but, like, it's going to have to end, because I'm going to have to bin it off. I'll be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow, Mom's going to take the cat to the vet. I'm going to get up at, like, 4 in the afternoon, because I'm going to go to bed at 5 o'clock in the morning. So, everyone's a winner. And then I'm going to get straight on and do the Nicola Bulley episode that I'm doing now, again tomorrow on the main channel, like some nutter. Night. Yeah, you be good. And if you can't be good, you're naughty.